Hey everyone, I'm Arglefump, and this is the 2022 Nancy Drew Games Mega Marathon. I'll be playing all the games in the Nancy Drew series. As you can tell from the title of this video, I will be playing game number 23, Shadow at the Water's Edge. This is one of the longer games. It's going to take me about 4 hours to get through the entire thing. So make yourselves comfortable, because we're getting started now.
After a string of tough mysteries, I've decided it's time to take a break to do a little sightseeing. I'm taking PG Crowmeister up on his offer to send me to his favorite Ryokan, or traditional inn, in Kyoto, Japan. I'll spend the days teaching English, and my nights with Bess and George, exploring the sights, fashion, history, and nightlife of downtown Kyoto.
And by spending her nights with Bess and George, she means she will not hang out with Bess and George ever in this game.
From what I hear, the inn I'm staying at is known as one of the scariest places in the city. I'm not sure why people say that. I might have to poke around a little to see what's really going on at the Ryokan Hiei.
Woo! Alright, so Nancy signed up for a haunted inn. Basically, she loves haunted stuff. But I think maybe she got a really good discount, because nobody else wants to stay there at the spooky Ryokan Hiei.
Hi, I have a reservation under Nancy Drew.
Do you believe me now? Oba-san, it only fell. It did not. You know better.
Dun dun dun.
I'm very sorry. She's just a little upset. She does not want her here. Tell her to go. Now.
Very strange opening. It seems like, Takei, that's the grandmother, hates Nancy. She's like, hey, Nancy shouldn't stay here. Tell her to go. It's like, what did I ever do to you, lady who I've never met before?
What was that about? Why is she upset?
Please, don't worry about that. Here. This is your room key.
Yeah, no, that opening just always kind of confused me there. But, oh no! The Ryokan is haunted. Paintings are falling off the walls. That's not good.
Thanks.
Your room is on the second floor. I've already had your bag sent up. Please, my name's Miwako. Come to me if there's anything you need.
Your grandmother seemed very upset about the portrait breaking.
It's no big deal. She thinks it's a bad sign that the portrait fell from the wall.
Why is that?
It's a very special portrait. It's one of the 2 remaining images of my mother, and it was taken shortly before. It's one of my grandmother's favorite portraits.
What is a ryokan?
A ryokan is almost exactly like a hotel or spa, but far more traditional. This ryokan has been in my family for generations, passed down from mother to oldest daughter in order to preserve the traditional style, the food, the caretaking. Every little detail is as it would have been generations ago.
How long has the ryokan been in your family?
A very long time. My grandmother says it has been passed down since the early 1700s.
So one day you'll pass this place on to your daughter? That must be very nice.
Well, I'm the younger daughter. My older sister Yumi will be the one to take over the ryokan.
Oh.
My grandmother's offering a few classes in traditional arts. She's in room 18 at the end of the hall.
Total change of topic there, Miwako. So, hey, Miwako, what happened to your mother?
What happened to your mother?
I shouldn't bother you with our problems, Nancy. Please, it is very nice outside, a perfect time to relax and enjoy your surroundings.
Yeah, so one of 2 images of her mother. I guess that means her mother's dead and they don't have any other pictures of her.
Nancy, please be careful. There's too much broken glass.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's take one of those cultural lessons from Takai down the hall right over here.
Hello.
Nancy, you made it. How was your ride?
It was pretty good.
I love Japan. I have done so much shopping, and George's convention is crazy. I've never seen so many people. It's totally sold out.
You sound pretty excited.
Well, yeah. Kind of hard not to be here. I don't even know where to start. Have you ever had mochi? It's a revelation, Nancy. I'm not even kidding. And the shopping.
Conference me in already.
Oh, yeah. Did that do it? No? Okay.
No, hit the... No, the...
You do it then.
We all on?
Yes.
Yep. Why is that so hard?
It so isn't.
Anyway, what's your story? What are you up to? You coming over?
I'm still getting settled in, but I'll be out to see you guys soon.
How's the... whatever it is you're staying at?
Ryokan, it's great. A little strange, though. When I was checking in, a picture fell off the wall, and everyone was really weird about it.
Huh. Oh no, our train's going to be here in a sec. Gotta go.
See you, Nancy.
Bye.
Yeah, Bess really likes mochi. I had mochi once. I didn't like it very much. I did have sushi tonight in honor of this game. I had crab salad. That was my favorite. And I think the other type of sushi I really like is just anything with the spicy mayo on it, the orange spicy mayo. Yum. And here we go. This is the cultural room. Lessons from 7 to 10:30. Wow.
Nancy-san, please sit. It is a
They stay up very late in this Ryokan.
pleasure to meet you, Parapali. I am sorry for the way I behaved when you first arrived. It was very impolite. Please, forgive me.
Of course, don't worry. It's nice to meet you as well.
That is very kind of you to say, but I must always worry about the guests who stay with us, especially now.
What do you mean, especially now?
Are you here for a lesson today?
Oh man, she's also changing the topic instead of answering direct questions. I know Nancy's being kind of rude asking about sensitive events, but it's also kind of rude to ignore someone.
A lesson?
I offer lesson in traditional arts to anyone interested in learning. I have much to show you.
Sounds great.
Today, you will be learning katakana. To the outsider, katakana always looks far more difficult to learn than it is. You just need to be patient, and you need to learn to see more than you are used to seeing. There is a book to help in the chest. Practice until it looks like your name, Nancy, not just some lines.
What do you mean?
Although there are many Nancys in the world, your name belongs to only you. It has always been yours. You must try until what you see on the paper is not just a word. It is you.
Alrighty, so she gives us this puzzle. We need to write Nancy's name. So I think we start like this.
Almost. If I just keep practicing, I'll get it.
How is that wrong? Wow, okay. I mean, that looked pretty good to me. This is definitely a puzzle. Yeah, no, it feels like the idea was, well, we've got to have some sort of puzzle with Japanese writing, but they weren't quite sure what. And so we get this, I guess, fill in the blanks puzzle. What will we call it? Connect the dots? I don't know. Definitely not one of my favorite puzzles. I'll stop complaining now. Sorry. Hopefully I'll get it right and we won't have to suffer.
Nope. That doesn't look right.
Ah!
Better start again.
Yes, okay, other people are complaining about this puzzle, so it's not just me. Yeah, doing this puzzle with a touchpad, terrible. There definitely needs to be more room for error with this puzzle. I got really close.
Almost.
Oh, come
if
on!
I just keep practicing, I'll get it.
Alright, got that. Yes. Takai's like, draw. Draw, Nancy. Draw for me. Yes. I feel like in real life this wouldn't be so hard. I might be able to do it in real life. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Almost. If
Ah.
I just keep practicing, I'll get it.
Takai is definitely not helping teach Nancy. She's just sitting here watching Nancy, shaking her head. Or the grandma fell asleep while Nancy's doing this puzzle. Oh, that would be sad. Okay. I think there is a number of times... Like, if you fail a number of times, the game has mercy on you. And basically gives you the victory, and I think that's what happened here. It's not because I'm actually good at this puzzle all of a sudden. Woohoo! Yay!
It is a name, but it is not your name.
Oh!
Try again.
Grandma shouted at me.
Not quite. Time to try again.
Poor Grandma.
Almost. If I just keep practicing, I'll get it.
Yeah, there we go, here we go. The game is now having mercy
It
on
is a
me.
name, but it is not your name. Try again.
So now I've triggered easy mode. Easy mode.
That's not quite
Ah,
right.
no! Nancy's just destroying so much paper. Okay, so now that easy mode's been triggered because I'm a failure, we might be able to solve this puzzle. There we go. You can do this, Nancy. You can... Ow, my finger. Okay, hurt my finger there. Woo! Yeah!
Very well done, Nancy. This is the best I've ever seen from a new student. I knew you could do this well. Leave this to dry, and I'll have it brought to your room to remind you of your success.
Woohoo! I'm a success!
Have you always lived at the Ryokan?
Since I was born,
Have you ever left?
I have. But I never found anywhere I wanted to be as much as here.
Have you always offered classes?
No, it is new. We have developed a reputation, and for many years I've wanted to teach our guests.
A reputation for being haunted.
I'll let you go.
Come again.
Yeah, and I guess that's it for Grandma. She does have 3 lessons, like 3 days of lessons. Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have another puzzle with those Japanese symbols. Oh boy. So we have 3 days of lessons with her, and that was day number 1. need to go to Nancy's room in order to use the subway or something.
Locked.
I don't know why Nancy has a room here on the
Can't
top
get in there
floor.
right now.
When she's like one of 5 guests, it's like, come on, put me in the room that's closest to the door, right? Make it easy on me.
This could be useful.
And boy, envelopes. And welcome to the Ryokan Hiei. We've been here since the 1700s, and we close at 1 a.m. Wow. Oh, it tells us where some of these places are. We want to go to Matsue in Kure. And those are Fosca tickets. Oh, hey, it's my name. That is not my name. I really didn't. I mean, come on. Come on. I did not write my name that well. It's fake. Somebody replaced my actual writing with fake writing. Great, and I got my Fosca pass. So now I can go outside and explore. Woohoo! So Matsue, that's where Bess and George are. Oh, and I need to read this. Lets me know the train is here. Okay, so I'm going to Nagoya first. It is kind of crazy. She works until the front desk until 1 a.m. That poor woman. Okay, so where was I? Kurume, no. I've already, Kure, that's where I'm going. So I need to find something that connects to that yellow line there. Amamori or Ube? Yeah. So Amamori. Sorry, Ube. Yeah, that's not how you pronounce that city's name. It's a city or a stop. So I take the yellow line to Sakai to Kure. This is great music, yeah. Woohoo! So, this is it. Oh, this wasn't the exposition hall. This was the Pachinko parlor.
That Yurei comic looks interesting. I should check it out.
I want to get this comic book. Ooh, but I don't think Nancy has a card. She can't play yet.
I need a card to play this game.
Oh, that's not fair. Take a photo of me.
Ugh, creepy. I don't think I need to keep this one.
No, doesn't look anything like Nancy. Ugh. Well, that's not fair. Well, so much for that place, huh? So the other 2 places are Matsue and Kurume. Let's try Matsue, so that's on the brown line. So I'm here. What connects to the brown line? Okay, I'll try to get to, man, so the brown line connects to this. Let's see if I can connect to the orange line. To connect to the orange line, I need to connect to blue. In order to connect to blue, I go around like this. So, Izumo, Omuta, and that's already wrong. I can't go to Izumo. So, Sabai and then Omuta, maybe that way. Great, so now here I'm going to these cities, Hyoki and Osaka. And then from Osaka, I'm going... Oh, no. Oh, I can hit Iga. Okay, let's Iga and then Matsue. Like that. La la la. Dance music.
Interesting. This looks important. I better hang on to it.
Woohoo! Alright, so that's obviously a puzzle we'll be doing later on, and here's the thing about that robot cat. Cool. And we have the bento stand, but it looks like we can't attend. What? Where's the lady who works here? Come on, I want to get my deluxe bento box. Oh dear. Bess and George are somewhere over here, right? Yeah, there they are.
Hey, back away from the door.
But I want to meet Bess and George. Darn. All right, well, I unlocked the locations in this game. I don't think we can go to any of them yet. Let's just go to Misawa. Back to the Ryokan. I believe we skip ahead a day, and then Bess and George will call us and tell us about the that place at the about the bento woman, who just so happens to be Miwako's sister. Alrighty, let's go. Oh, no, don't call my friends. Just
Better call it a night.
go to the next day. Oh yes, and somebody in the live stream chat is reminding me I can be a teacher. Yes, in this game we get to be a teacher. Woohoo! So we get these student biographies. These are all the various students.
All right, let's grade some homework.
Sakura. I is Sakura. Wrong. We is Japanese. I is 7. I has black hair. Nope. Frowny face. Frowny face. Nancy's a mean teacher. My name is Aimi. I'm Fumiko. Ah! My name's Kenta. 7 I am. That's okay. Mine's Japanese. No, you know what? Fumiko is the only one who is paying attention during any of my lessons. My name is Amy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I are Japan. I is 7. My eyes is brown. Nope. I name is Takeo. I is 10. I is Japanese. I have blue hair. Huh. Awesome blue hair. So yeah, you get to have fun grading. Doesn't really affect the game, but you can grade however you want. Yeah, we don't actually hear anything about the dad, do we? That's a good point. And what's this?
Whoa, hang on. Men only right now.
What do you mean?
The baths. The blue banner means the baths are for men. The red banner means women only. I don't know why we don't mention this at the front desk. This is useful information. Anyway, I'm Rentaro. I'm out in the garden if you need anything. Oh! Ow, that hurt.
Alright, so the sign on the door is, it says man. Alrighty. The only bathroom in the place, and Nancy can only use it every other day? That seems kind of unfair, doesn't it?
Hi.
I met Rentaro. Who is he?
Oh, Rentaro, he's my boyfriend. He's also handyman around here.
Have you two been dating long?
I'm sorry. I should really get back to my paperwork. But if you have any questions about the ryokan, please don't hesitate to ask.
Come on, answer my personal questions. My prying personal questions. You've got to do that.
Is that a robotic cat?
Yeah, Suki! Isn't she the greatest? Rentaro got her for me. I've wanted my own pet cat for forever, but I can't have one at the ryokan. I came into work one day, and there she was, right next to the sweetest note from Rentaro.
I've never seen a robotic cat before. What does it do?
She's not on it. She's Suki. It's okay, she didn't mean it. Actually, she doesn't really do much, mainly sits. But, oh wait, I just learned something neat. Suki, tate.
Oh, that's great.
That's all I remember right now, but she can do a lot more. I should figure out what the rest of the commands are, come to think of it. Although, to be honest, it's a little more believable if she just does what she wants.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
People disagree on whether or not Suki is a cool character or just the creepiest character. I'm not sure myself. I actually think Suki's kind of cool.
Nancy, today I have a very important lesson. We will learn origami.
Great, let's get started.
Origami has been around in many forms for centuries. Master Yoshizawa brought the art back before it could disappear. There is a grave danger, Nancy-san, in forgetting. If the whole world forgets a thing or a person, then it is gone forever.
What do you mean by that?
I have for you here a selection of origami patterns, a few steps away from the last step. You must simply match the pattern to the completed design.
Oh man, this puzzle already? So let's see. I think if I fold the top over on this, that's good. How am I gonna get the eagle? If I spread those out, it will be... This is the spider. That's quite obviously the spider. This folded in half will be an eagle. I think. Maybe. I'm feeling this is the frog. Meaning this is the bird and this is the fish?
They are perfect.
Woohoo!
Absolutely perfect. You have many talents, Nancy-san.
I love the gardens. Do you take...
Yes, of course. I sleep here, but my home is out there, in the gardens. Even when the whole earth is covered in snow, I am happiest there, waiting for the first flowers to break through the frost. Do yourself a favor, Nancy-san. Find a small piece of earth that begs to be made perfect, and do whatever it asks of you. You will thank me.
The Ryokan seems very important to you.
The world around has become a million different things since I was a girl. And I do not have to tell you that many changes have not been so good. But in here, the world does not change.
Why do you want Yumi to take over the Ryokan?
It is tradition.
Any other reason?
I am used to this question. Tradition is very often made fun of or ignored. But tradition is how we know ourselves, Nancy-san. The traditions of your family are how you know yourself. Tradition is a burden in many ways. I understand this. But imagine not knowing who you are or where you come from. It would be very lonely, I think.
I should go. I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Alrighty. I guess next we'll meet with, Rentaro right over here.
Hi again. I'm Rentaro. It's nice to meet you officially. So, you're still here. That's surprising.
I'm Nancy. What do you mean, surprising?
Did I say that? Whoops. So, you're American. From New York City?
No, a place called River Heights. It's in...
Oh, okay. That's one of the places I always wanted to go. I mean, you'd have to be crazy to live there, But on the other hand, you'd have to be crazy not to live there. It's one of those, unwinnables.
Do you work here?
Technically, it's a complicated thing we've got going on. I'm sort of like the handyman around here. So, should I bother getting to know you, or are you going to be like all of the rest?
What do all of the rest do?
Get spooked in the middle of the night? Pack their bags and never come back? Even the ones who come to see the ghosts. Oh, I shouldn't be telling you this. Oh well, already did. If you see Takaido, this conversation never happened.
Ghosts? What ghosts?
We got one of those, haunted hotspot guides. So we get a lot of ghost hunters here. And that's always a treat, because they're totally not obnoxious.
So, people think this place is haunted?
Well, some people think this place is haunted. Kind of like some people think the moon landing was faked, and some people like adult contemporary. Don't be one of those people. You like puzzles?
I guess you could say that.
I figured. You're going to love this. It's called a nonogram.
What's that?
It's just another example of how awesome numbers are. Letters are cool and all, but they just make words. I mean, get with the game, letters. Numbers, on the other hand, get a few handfuls of those, and you can make a bridge, or send a person into space, or express the makeup of a genetic code, or they can make a neat picture.
Okay.
He's
Take
so
a look in
excited
here.
about these puzzles.
All you need to do is look this over and finish the pattern. And when you're done, picture! Here, take this. Give it a shot. Bring it back when you're done, and I'll give you something better.
Sure.
And there are instructions inside in case you get stuck.
What are you building there?
Oh, this. This is the Rentaro 4000. I sorta got inspired by Suki.
What's it going to be?
A robotic dog. Or maybe just a robotic dog's leg. I'll be honest, I had no idea how long these things take to build. But then again, a dog's leg is not a good gift without the rest of the dog. Sorta borders on creepy, come to think of it.
Is it going to be a gift for Miwako?
Oh, definitely. She's my robotic muse. But she's not robotic. Not that you think she is. And this is why I work with machines. They're totally oblivious to awkwardness.
Do you know where I can get a card for the Pachinko parlor?
It seems like I'm always running into those things. Guests leave them everywhere. Take a look around. I'm sure you'll find one.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
Peace out.
Peace out, yo. Dude, you're awesome. All right, so, man, those numbers and those letters and stuff. It is kind of weird. Like, does he have to get to know any of the guests, to be honest? Somebody point out, it's like, well, usually they probably don't stay for more than a couple of days at most. Nancy is a long-term guest, though, but that's just because she's awesome like that. So we need to do all 3 of the puzzles. Let's do all 3 of the puzzles right now. So I'll just do this one. This is an easy enough one.
I did it!
Woohoo! And that's that.
Hey,
I finished the nanograms puzzle.
awesome. Nice job. What do you think?
I loved it.
I've got something better. You know it. You love it. The original Sudoku.
Oh, I've done that before. Underwater.
Oh, I've played that before.
Great. Great. I've got some good ones for you here. Here you go. Bring it back if you want more.
Excellent.
Can you tell me anything about Takai?
She can be a little tough, but she's really wonderful. She works herself way too hard, though. I wish I could get her to just relax a little. But you can't tell her to do anything unless you want a lecture back in return.
I take it you've been lectured by Takai before.
I pretty much grew up here, and believe it or not, I was not always the saint you see standing before you. So, I've been on the sad end of a lecture or two, but I've overheard more. Always hilarious when they're not directed at you.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Catch you around!
He is a very friendly fellow. Let's do that Sudoku puzzle. Excellent. Okay, there's the one. And I'm lost. Oh, got that. So, yeah, don't see where the other ones are gonna go. Alright, let's see where the 2 goes. Don't see it. Ah, here we go, there's a 2. I can explain what I'm doing if you people really want me to. So, like, there needs to be a 3 in this. It can't be this row, because that already has a 3. It can't be this row, because it already has a 3. Therefore, the 3 goes here. So it looks like... I'm not seeing any other easy 3s right now. Easy breezy Mr. 3Z. Oh, I do. Okay, so this 3 by 3. So no 3 in this column, no 3 in this column, no 3 in this row. Therefore, the 3 goes here. Alrighty. Don't see where the other 3s go. So, let's see. 4s. So no 4 in this row, no 4 in this row, no 4 in this column. Therefore, the 4 goes there. And, yeah, I think that's it for the 4s. Let's look for 5. 5 here, 5 here. Okay, great, 5 there. 5 in this row and this row. Those are already taken, so we've got a 5 there. 5 in this column and that column, so 5 there. 5 in this row and this row. Therefore, one of these 2 things is a 5. I already have a 5 in the middle column, so it's this one. 5 in this column, 5 in this column, meaning the final 5 has to go over here. It can't be this row, so it has to be this one. We have a 6 in this row and a 6 in this row, so that has to be a 6 right there. And... oh man, I'm already falling asleep. Okay, come on. No falling asleep. We've got to do this. So this particular row needs an 8. We already have an 8 in this particular column, so the 8 has to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also needs a 6, so the 6 goes there. Hey, that helps me place another 6. So if you've got a 6 in this column and a 6 in this column, this one has to have a 6 here. That 3 by 3 has to have a 6 there. We've got a 6 in this row and a 6 in this row. That means there's a 6 there. That's the only other spot where a 6 could go. If we have a 6 in this column and a 6 in this column, a 6 has to go there. So a 6 in this row and a 6 in this row, that 6 has to go there. We're all done with the 6s. Hooray! No. So this 3 by 3 needs an 8 and a 9. We've already got a 9 in this column, so the 9 goes here and the 8 goes there. Fantastic. This particular column needs one more number. It looks like that number is going to be the 7. If we've got a 7 here and a 7 there, that means one of these 2 spots has to be a 7. Can't narrow it down, figure out which one that is quite yet. So let's see. This column has a 7, this column has a 7, so the 7 has to go here or here. We've got a 7 in this particular row, meaning the 7's there. So if you've got the 7 here and a 7 here, a 7 must be in one of these 2 spots. Yeah, I don't think we can narrow down that 7 quite yet. Oh well, we'll figure out where that 7 goes eventually. Maybe we should go back to figuring out where the number 1 goes. So the 1 can't be in this column, which means the 1 has to be in this column here. So the 1 in this bottom square has to go here. 1 and 1, mark those. So the 1, this column was done with 1. This row has all the 1s. This row has all the 1s. The 1's got to be here or here. This column has 1, so the 1 goes there. Scary music, jeez. Okay. Where's the 1 that I am missing? The 1 that I'm missing goes here. Great. Now let's get this particular row's final number. It is the number 7. That number 7 that we were having such a hard time trying to place. Alright. Yeah. Okay, somebody's saying we've got 5 hours of this game left to go. I need to wake up. I will wake up. It's Sudoku. It's Sudoku. It's hard to do Sudoku commentary. Alright, everybody. We're here in the Sudoku Championships. 9. Okay, there's a 9 there. So that means there's a 9 in this column and a 9 in this column. That has to be a 9 there. 9 in this row, 9 in this row. We've got a 9 in one of those spots. Oh dear. Alrighty. I think that's all the 9s. Don't know where the 8's gonna go. Here we go. So that we've got an 8 in this column, meaning the 8 goes there. So one of those has to be an 8. One of these two has to be an 8. We already have an 8 in this row, so the 8 goes up here. So it means the final thing in this 3x3 is going to be the 4. And now we've got this row almost filled out. The final thing in this row is going to be a 2. And then this row is 1, 2. It's going to be another 2. Alright, so this column is going to need a 4. Excellent. And then I'm still trying to figure out where anything goes. Alright, a 2, we've already got a lot of 2s. Okay, we've got a 2 in this column and a 2 in this column, meaning that 2 has to be here. So we've got, is there a 2 in this? I've already messed up. I had 2 4s in that particular thing. Oh no. Oh man. Oh dear. Oh no. Let's just clear everything off of that particular 3x3 and hope my mistakes didn't spill over to anywhere else. So 1 has to be here. Yeah, wow, I'm already falling asleep. Okay, 3 here, 3 here, 3 there. Where are the other 3s? 3's got to be in one of these spots. Man, okay, this row. This row is missing a number. 1, 2, 3. No, I've got 2 2s here. Yeah, gosh. Whew. Man, wow,
What's going
let's
on?
watch a scene.
I should listen in.
The strange sounds, and the pounding, and the screaming at all hours of the night, waking up my family, scaring the children half to death. If you ask me, this Ryokan needs to be closed down immediately.
I'm very sorry.
Sorry changes nothing. This is unacceptable. I want my money back, and I want a car sent immediately to take us anywhere else.
Ah, man, they just lost a guest. They got a very, very angry guest.
Oh, hello, Nancy-san.
That guest seemed pretty upset.
Oh, it's nothing to worry about. Trust me. I see a lot at this desk, and one thing never changes. Travel is disorienting. It's so very easy to get upset when you're far from home. That's why we try to make things as comfortable as possible.
What has been scaring the guests away?
Oh, nothing. They're not scared. It's something else. Can I help you with anything?
Well, maybe you could tell me the truth. That would help.
I should go. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
La 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 la. Let's go back to Nancy's room. Skip ahead a day. Maybe I skipped ahead a day too early? Because Nancy's friends have not called yet. Whoa, what's this?
What was that?
an evil, evil monster!
Oh no, the screen tore. I better tell Mawako about this tomorrow. It must have just been my imagination. I should try to get some more sleep.
Yeah. So definitely sort of like a nightmare scene, right? And here we go. Now Nancy's friends are calling.
Hello.
Yeah. There we go. Now we get to talk to Bess and George. They're gonna tell us who Yumi is.
Oh, hi, Nancy. What was the name of the place you're staying at again?
The Ryokan Hiei.
Told you.
Guess you're right.
What are you two talking about?
We met this girl at a bento booth at the expo, and she grew up at the Ryokan you're staying at. Pretty crazy coincidence.
Is her name Yumi?
That's the one. You've got to get down here and meet her. She's so much fun. She told us all about everyone at the Ryokan, and it sounds like you've got your hands full.
I should come to meet her. I have a few questions.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
I know that tone of voice.
What tone of voice?
Yep, that's the one.
What are you talking about?
You're working a case, aren't you?
Maybe. I don't know exactly what is going on at the Ryokan, but it's really strange.
Busted.
Okay, you got me. I may have found a mystery.
Shocking.
So, what can we do for you?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, I saw something really strange in my room.
What?
A shadowy figure showed up in my room, but when I looked out on the balcony, no one was there. It was like whoever it was just disappeared.
Creepy. Okay, that's it. We're leaving Japan.
I'm sure there is a logical explanation.
Me too. I'm just not sure what it is yet.
The two of you, I swear, if we were being chased by a dinosaur, you two would be too busy debating about the fossil record to run away. Where's your sense of panic?
It was pretty scary, I admit, but I don't believe that someone could just disappear.
Right. Well, you said a shadow figure, right? Maybe it was some sort of trick of the light.
That's what I was thinking. I'll keep an eye out for something like that.
Spooky. Anything else?
How's the expo going, George?
It's crazy. I've never seen so many clever people in one space. I'm definitely dealing with a little bit of that small fish, large pond anxiety. I'm still trying to get tickets for you, but it's not looking good.
That's okay. Thanks for trying. I'll stop bugging you now.
Bye.
Bess and George are pretty awesome in this game. I like Bess and George. My good friends, Bess and George. And now I can go to the bathroom. Hooray! Bathroom, bathroom, bathroom. Bathroom, bathroom, bathroom. Ah, it was the ghosts. The ghost? Definitely a scene from everyone's nightmares. That ghost attack. Eesh. Let's see. I need to find a card
This
right
looks
here.
important. I should figure out where I can use it.
This looks so important. Doesn't that look important? No, it doesn't. It looks weird. And here's a list of haunted tourist stuff. Woo! And a random trophy. Alright. So these are the... Oh man, yeah, that scene is still scary. No matter how many times you see it, it's still like
It looks like something is missing here.
500 scary things. At some point, we're gonna find the piece that goes in here, so we can solve that baths puzzle.
Nothing helps solve a mystery like a hot bath.
I'm not sure a hot bath will help solve this mystery, but let's try anyway, Nancy. Alrighty. More Sudoku. Okay. Number 2. I still don't... I hope I've got, like, this middle one completely figured out correctly. That's all I can hope for. So this particular row needs a 4 and a 9. We already have a 4 here. So that means the 9 goes here, and the 4 goes there. This particular column, 1, 2, 3, it needs a 3, and it needs a 7, right? Well, we already have a 7 in this row. So 7 has to go here, and the 3 has to go there. This particular column, row, needs a 2 and a 4. Can't make any decisions based on that. Oh well, that's fine, that's fine. Ooh, this column just needs one more. I think it's a 2. It needs a 2. Excellent. And let's see, the 2 in this row, we've got 2 in this row. We already have a 2 in this column, so that 2 has to go here. Alright, so that's good, I guess. So if we've got a 2 in this column, that means there has to be a 2 over here. So if we've got a 2 in this row, that means that 2 has to go over here. We can figure it out. This 3 by 3 needs a 3. This particular row needs an 8. This 3 by 3 needs a 4. Excellent. So now this particular column needs a 7. I'm trying to count quickly while also being accurate. This particular column needs an 8. This particular row needs a 4. Alright, this column needs 1, 2, 3, 4. It needs a 5 and a 6 in that order. So it's going to have to go like this, 5 and 6. Good. And then we've got 4, 7, and 8. Those are the ones left. Well, we've already got a 7 in this row, so that has to be the 7. This 3 by 3 is going to need the 4. So 8 and 9.
I did it!
Woohoo! Great! And now we can give this to our good buddy. Right over here.
Hello?
Miwako seems to really like Suki.
I know, which is great, because that girl is hard to buy for. And it's been sort of a gift-heavy year. Either she's getting crazy sensitive or I'm becoming a huge jerk. Hard to say. It's definitely one or both of those things.
Oh, hey, check it out. We've got another major puzzle right here. It's the portrait puzzle.
Is that the portrait from the lobby?
Yeah, I'm reframing it. Although it's way harder to do than I thought it would be. It's got a really strange backing.
Would you like some help?
Have at it. This thing is officially making me nuts. The tools you'll need are near the frame.
They are very difficult.
It looks like I need to find a way to make sure none of the wires are crossing.
So we need to move all these things around so none of the wires overlap. Oh man, oh. Like, these puzzles are okay when it's just like, I don't know. Let's say 4. 4 pieces that, 4 dots. How many dots do we have here? Like 12? Yeah, that's just kind of difficult to deal with when you've got like 12 of these things. Okay, let's put 1 here. Move these things here. Excellent. So, does this look good? Let's see, how am I gonna move this? Like that? Great, there we go. Okay, so I've got the inside figured out. What lines are overlapping, though? I'm not seeing any overlapping line. Oh, these ones. Okay. Sorry. Oh, how am I gonna do that? So, maybe bring this in? Yeah. Bring all those in. Move these down. Move these down as much as I can to give myself more space. like this. That's what I'm doing. So I'm just moving these down to the bottom to give myself more space because I know these are good. I know they're done. I know they're fantastic.
I got the backing off the portrait.
Done.
Nice job.
Okay, all done. Easier than Sudoku. Or at least I beat it faster than Sudoku. That's what I should say.
What's this?
Alright, so Savannah Woodham is a paranormal expert who says the Ryokan is 100% ghost-free.
I should hold on to this article.
And Savannah's going to be the one who will translate this article about the mother.
Hey,
Do you believe that the Ryokan is haunted?
I don't believe that anything is haunted. Ghosts are just what happens when guilty people let their imaginations run wild.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Think about it. Why do ghosts always want revenge? They're what people invent when they feel guilty. If that wasn't the case, then ghosts would want all sorts of things. But no, they always want revenge.
Do you know anything about the certificate behind the portrait? Who's Savannah Woodham?
She was an investigator. She helped out with the investigation after Kasumi died.
An investigator? This certificate seems a little less than official.
She was more of a paranormal investigator. I don't really believe in that stuff personally, but Takai wanted her here.
Why did Takai want a paranormal investigator?
I've known Takai since I was a kid. And let me tell you this from experience. It is impossible to guess what she's thinking or why she does what she does.
What
do you mean?
Oh, I'm sure you'll find out.
I finished up the Sudoku.
Way to go! So, what do you think?
I loved it.
I've got one last type of puzzle to show you. This is one of my favorites. Rhinograms. It's all about creating an unbroken string of numbers. Tell me what you think when you're done. Here you go.
Excellent.
I should go. I'll talk to you later.
See you later.
So let's solve that puzzle right now, and then that'll be it. We've solved all of these. We know all these types of puzzles, and we'll be prepared when we meet them later on in the game. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I want to go from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 could go in either of those spots. I don't know which one. 18, and then again, 18, 19, 20, 21 could go in any of those spots. Same with 22 and 23. 24, but 24, to reach 24 to 25, we have to, it's got to go 24, 25, 26, like that. And now we've covered that spot, so the only place where the 27 can go is here. 27, and the only place the 28 can go is here. I mean, 28, 29, and now I need to find a way to get, like, all the way up to 30. So 30, I mean, either of these things could be 30. 1, 2, yeah, we've got multiple places where the 31 can go. 35, let's see where the 34, 30, what's the next number in this sequence? Sorry. 34, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, I mean, the 39 could go in either spot. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, I could go the 4 in either spot. I'll just right-click to drop a number. 44. 45, 46, where's 47? Okay, so I could do 45, 46, 47, or 45, 46, 47. Therefore, I can't officially say anything. Let's see, 47, 48, 49, 50. Yeah, I think this is how we're going to get from 47 to 50. So from 44 to 47, we have to go somewhere up. So that makes sense. So there's the 45. Meaning the 40. That's the 46. 45 is going to go in either of these two spots. I don't know which one yet. But to get from the 47 to the 50, I have to go 48. 49, 50, and then 1, 2, and then 4, I guess 5 and 6, and that's it. Those are the first few numbers of this puzzle. Whew! Okay. Sorry, this is definitely just a long... Yeah, this game came out 12 years ago. Okay. Wow. Okay, so now that I've gotten a lot of puzzles, a lot of numbers on the board, it makes it easier. So 16, there's only one place I can put that 17. Only one place where I can put that 18, I mean that 19 and that 20. Still got a couple of places we can put the 23, 24. 29 though, like, man, I'm not sure how to do that. 34, like 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, but there's still multiple places we can do the 40. I need to get the 41, 2. Where's the 45? Let's say this is the 45. And then this would be like the 41, the 42, and the... No. 42. And then 43. Where's 43? I'm just guessing at this point. Because that would make a nice thing for all these. So let's say this is 39. 37, 36... 35, and then 32 here. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, how many numbers do I have left? Ah, stop! Scary. Okay, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31.
I did it!
Got it.
Hi!
I finished up the Renograms puzzle.
All right!
Great! I knew you would! Don't tell the other puzzles, but this is my favorite.
I'm sorry that took so long, but I'm fairly certain we have to solve at least one of those puzzles. One of all 3 types of puzzles, and then we're done. We're done. You know, if you're a big fan of the puzzles, you can buy this game on your own and just play those puzzles. There's like 5 to 6 versions of each puzzle. If you play on a senior mode versus junior mode, you will get slightly different puzzles, unless I'm mistaken.
Do you know what happened to the mirror in the baths?
Oh, that thing. I sorta hid it a few years back and put a little hairline crack in it. Its days have been numbered for a while.
Sorry about breaking it.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm just glad you didn't get hurt. Mirrors can be very dangerous when they're breaking. In more ways than one.
What do you mean?
Oh, shards of glass and such. Not something to fool around with.
Something weird happened. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't see my reflection.
Aha!
You know what happened?
You're a vampire! Seriously though, that's pretty messed up. Maybe you need to get a little rest. This place might be getting to you a little.
My life is messed up. Oh boy.
Do you know what's scaring the guests away?
City superstitions. I don't get it. We have ghost hunters who come here to find ghosts, and if they think they found something, they get all panicked and run away.
Can you translate this for me?
Sure. No. Put this back where you got it.
I got it right here from you, dude. Alrighty. Okay. So, we're finished with puzzles. We're finished with our buddy. I think we have one more round of lessons here.
Nanasi-san, today we learn Chado, the tea ceremony.
Tea ceremony?
It is much more than making tea. It is the perfect exercise of balance and courteous friendship. Many spend their lives perfecting the ceremony, but today I will simply be teaching you the basics.
Okay. This sounds tough.
Actually, I'd like to ask you about...
The tea ceremony is foremost a gift. You are preparing a very special visit for friends and preparing to make certain every detail is perfect. Now there is a lot to learn. Be ready. I'll be asking you questions once I've finished. Let us begin. This is called the furo. Here we have the chasen, or tea whisk. Here is the chakin, the tea cloth. This is called the kensui. This bamboo ladle is called a hishaku. You place the teapot cover on the futaoki. This is the chawan, or tea bowl. The tea scoop is called the chasaku. This is the tea container. It is called the natsume. Each object has its proper place in the ceremony. You must place each item where it belongs.
Yeah, this is a tough puzzle. It's basically just memorize where everything is. Fortunately, I have a copy of the solution written down here, so let's do that. Here's the furo. Here's the chasen. Here's the chawan. The futaoki. This is just really tough to memorize. The hishaku, the kensui, and the cha.
Well done, Nancy-san. Wonderful, Nancy-san. Absolutely wonderful. I would be honored to be invited to take tea with you.
Thanks.
And here's a scary scene.
What was that just a minute ago?
What do you mean?
I saw something.
It was the wind, the power lines, and shadows. This is nothing to worry about.
What do you mean?
Can you translate this article for me?
I'd be happy to, Nancy-san. Why would you give me this? Put it back where it goes. Now.
Where does it go? Arrgh. Maybe Bess and George could find somebody to translate them. Or maybe Nancy could get like a random stranger? I don't know.
We fixed the portrait. I think it's back up in the lobby.
It is, yes.
Rentaro tells me that it's very important to you.
Yes, it is very important to all of us.
Why were you so upset when it fell?
You would be upset if something you love broke.
There was more to it than that.
No, that was all.
I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye, Nancy-san.
Alrighty. Let's go. I mean, we've got so many different things to do here in this game. It can be hard to
That's
remember
done.
this.
Still have to do that.
I thought I explored the path.
Still have to do that. Check. Did that.
So let's find Yumi and...
Can't check that off yet.
Yeah, let's find Yumi. And do Pachinko, shall we? Those are like the two things we've got here. So, I think Hooray was Pachinko. This music is still awesome. I don't know, Google Translate might help. I'm sorry, Nancy, I don't know how to help you. Oh man, it's Pachinko. Alright everybody, it's Pachinko. I am no good at this puzzle. Yeah, I think Pachinko's actually something you can put off for, like, towards the end of the game. Wow, I've already been playing like an hour. I can't believe it. Maybe it was all on that one Sudoku puzzle. And it's not even going to be the worst Sudoku puzzle of the game. We've got a lot more Sudoku here. Oh, somebody says you can just right-click for the pachinko. Hey, you're right! Yeah, right-clicking. That's so much easier. Thank you. Yay, and I won, however much. 900? That's cool. Yeah, just right-click to spam this. Oh, yeah, amazing. Well, that makes it go a lot faster. I did not win that much that time. Alright, let's go with this one. I know these machines, I think they give you like different amounts of money. Like one has a higher percentage of jackpots. Definitely spam seems to be the best way. Alright, let's see if I have enough to get that comic that Nancy thinks is so interesting. I do. Need to put my money in there. There we go.
I can't afford that right now.
I don't think Nancy's gonna buy any of the other things. The other things Nancy buys, she buys one other thing, and she's gonna buy that at towards the end of the game. Yeah, I think it might be the one on the right is the best Pachinko one. Let me see what happens when I back away in the middle of a round. I think that just gives me the minimum. Yeah. So you do have to just sit and wait for it to finish giving you points. Sit and wait for it to finish giving you points. Don't back away, otherwise you'll lose out on your Pachinko thingies. Yeah, Nancy's not really winning too much this time. And let's read that book.
Recording the site of a haunting might actually be a really good idea. I should look into that.
Don't worry, we are nowhere close to the end of the game. Somebody asked, hey, are we close to the end of the game yet? I'm like, no, we are not. So this comic is about reporting stuff out of sight. I believe we will be able to do that in a moment, like right around here or so.
Hey!
Oh, I thought we talked to him about that.
I'll let you get back to work.
Peace out.
Yeah, we wait for him to go away. So when does he go away? Nighttime. But it's already nighttime. Well, we're gonna wait for like it said 1 a.m., right? 1 a.m. is when things sort of shut off here. Now we can break into his place in the middle of the night, steal some stuff. Aw, man. Thought we could steal everything here. Guess I'm wrong, but we still can, like, sneak into the Waco's area at night, and that will trigger a puzzle, so sneaking around at night is not a total waste of time. Here's one puzzle to do the security cards, but you'll notice we're missing a security card, so that's obviously not good.
Looks like I'll need a password.
And we've got this. The protective cat. Those are the puzzles. Those are the puzzles we figured out. So we're going to call Bess and George with that puzzle. The angry cat puzzle.
Hi, Nancy, what's up?
Have you seen the robotic cats they have here?
I love those! I don't know if they're cute or creepy, but I love them anyway.
Miwako has one. It's cute, but it's a little aggressive.
It's in guard mode. There's a way to override that, some sort of code word.
Right. I need to figure out what it is.
I bet if I check around the expo, I can find someone who knows.
That would be amazing. Thanks.
Anytime. Need anything else?
I looked in this mirror, and instead of seeing my reflection, I saw a ghostly image.
Ugh, creepy.
Cool.
Actually, I'm going to side with Bess on this one.
No, I've heard about stuff like this before. There's a thing you can do to the glass to throw a false image, but it's a really fussy process. It's hard to do without breaking the mirror.
Yeah, the mirror broke. So do you think it's possible it was rigged?
More possible than the other option.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Excellent. So we're sort of started that Bess and George puzzle. Not gonna quite do it yet. Let me skip ahead to the next day.
It's really late. I should get to bed.
La 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 la, and we're already finished with all of Takai's stuff. Sorry. And Bess and George should have had enough time to find someone. Let's call them.
Hi, Nancy, what's up?
Oh no!
I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Nancy.
Guess it hasn't been long enough for them to actually find somebody who will take care of that cat for me. Oh well. Oh well. Let's go over here. Then let's meet Yumi, finally. She should be here. There we go. Hey everybody, this is the older sister, Yumi.
Hi, is your name Yumi?
Absolutely not. Who's asking? It might be. Are you going to order? What's your agenda here, stranger?
I'm Nancy Drew.
Nope, never heard of you, but thank you for saying your name out loud. Oh, wait, Nancy Drew? As in friends with Bess and George and staying at the Ryokan Nancy Drew? Or are there two of you? Which one is it?
That's me, the friends with Bess and George.
Excellent. Yes, perfect. Get over here. Come on. You're learning to make bento the Yumi way. Come on, trust me, it's a life skill. Once you know how to make a good bento box, you pretty much got the whole world all figured out.
Yep, so Yumi's gonna force me to make bento.
Sure, sounds good.
Fantastic. Here are the ingredients. You may notice that they run the gamut from pretty cute to insanely adorable. This is not an accident. Okay, very easy. The customers will give you a list of what they want and how they want it organized, and you pack it together. You won't believe how easy it is. Okay, I gotta go.
Going? Where are you going?
The store. Good luck. You'll do fine. I'll be back soon.
I don't know why
Wait!
she runs away.
I guess I'd better get to work.
That's very weird of her to run away. I just think that's weird. Okay, so cat sandwich goes in the upper right. And then, obviously, cat egg goes in the middle. And some sort of cat goes down here. Well, cat rice is the only cat we have left, so cat rice, obviously, is that one. Looks like we've got pig egg over there in the upper left. So it looks like somewhere we've got a pig, and it's a pig over pig rice. Well, it can't be here because that's not pig rice. It can't be here because that's not a pig. Therefore, this particular column is here. So pig rice in the middle, some sort of bear over here. That makes sense. And we've got a pig somewhere over here, according to this 3x3. So that pig sandwich, that's the last pig we have, it goes there. Excellent. All right, so now let's figure out this. We've got a rice, a cat, and a sandwich. So it can't go here, right? Is this rice? Rice, cat, but that's not sandwich. Rice, cat, I think it's gonna have to be this upper left corner. So if we say this is rice, and then this is sandwich, then the final bear goes here.
Hey, I did it! It was pretty cute.
Thanks for helping out, Nancy.
So, hey, how's it going? Oh, wow, I can talk to her about everything. Hey, can you tell me about your dead mom?
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened with your mother?
This is not the time or the place.
Is there a better time? Maybe when you're not at work?
There's never going to be a time or place. Just drop it.
Oh, now she's mad at me.
I should get back to work.
Oh, and she will refuse to talk to me as well. Oh, wow. Way to mess up, Nancy. Alright, we do have to go back and talk to her. I don't remember which conversation is the important one, so let's just talk to her about everything until we trigger a good conversation. One of the conversations is going to have her give you her apartment address, so we can visit her apartment.
What's going on?
Let's see if we can figure out that. Yeah, I want to check out her apartment. Come on, let's do it.
Could you tell me a little bit about the Ryokan?
I'm not into that sort of thing. Couldn't you find a pamphlet?
I was hoping for an insider's opinion.
Oh, I get it. You want the dirt on the situation, right?
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. You're working some kind of angle here, aren't you? Not that it matters. Still, way too busy to talk.
I know you're busy, but I helped you out with Bento, and
Yeah.
all I want is a little information.
Okay. Surrounded by breathtaking views you'll not soon forget, the Ryokan Hiei opens the door to a simpler time. Perfect for the business traveler hoping to experience traditional Japan, or the family in search of that perfect vacation. Ryokan Hiei, discover Japan, discover you.
That's persuasive, but not exactly what I wanted to know.
Isn't it? That's mine from years back. I was thinking of going into advertising, but then I thought, nah.
I was hoping you could tell me a little about some of the strange things that have been happening.
Aha! If you really want to know. Oh no! I'm running out of bento boxes. Can you please go grab my backup stock from my apartment? This is the sort of thing that can move us from buddies to straight up besties.
All right, hey, I found the correct conversation. Hooray, everyone. We got the good conversation, the important one.
Sure.
Great! It's just over by the Kurume station. I could tell right away that we were going to be friends. Here's my key. Oh, and P.S. My number is 075-021-5855.
Fantastic.
What do you think of Rentaro?
Other than that he should get a job at the Nerd Statue Factory as their primary model, he's a good time. What do you think of Rentaro?
I think he's handsome. Also weird.
There's something a little weird about him.
Yeah, that weird thing about him is his personality. That kid is his own special kind of neurotic. Always has been. But he's my fake little brother, so I'm used to it. Until someone brings it up, I forget how he must seem when you first meet him.
What do you mean by fake little brother?
What do you mean?
He first moved in next door when I was 7 and Miwako was 5. He followed us around day and night. One day, when he was being a real pain to Miwako, she just snapped and punched him, hard. It was bad news. My mother saw. After that, we had to be nice to him no matter what, at least when she was in sight. Eventually, he grew on us, especially Miwako.
She fell in love with the boy next door. So hey, can you translate this article about your dead mom?
Can you translate this article for me?
Okay. How did you get this? You know what? I don't even want to know. Just go put it back.
And now she's angry again.
Nancy, do you have my boxes?
Not yet.
Please hurry. I need those boxes. Nancy, do you have my boxes?
Not yet.
Please hurry. I need those boxes.
Alright, okay, I'm messing around. We need to get those boxes for her. So she is at the Kurume, which is somewhere? That's where she said, right? Here it is, it's on the pink line. So I just need to get to the pink line. To get to the pink line, I transfer at Brown? Yeah, Brown. So let's go to Iga. I'm connecting to the Brown right now. So Iga to Asahi. There's it, Fuji. It's Fuji first. Then Asahi. Then I'm going to go to Saitama. Then transfer from Saitama. What? Hey, what do you mean this doesn't transfer? That doesn't go on the pink line? That stops totally the connection between those two lines. Unfair. Cheating. Garbage. That was garbage. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's see. The reddish line connects, but we need to connect that reddish line. I'm lost. Okay, so pink definitely connects to Urara. So if I could connect here, that'd be great. So if I could go to Sakai. Yeah, it is very rude for the game to just say that. Nope, that's wrong. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's gotta be it. I've gotta go to Kurame, which means I've gotta go to Saga. Which means I need to find my way to Sakai somehow. And Ube was close to... I don't know where I'm at. I'm lost. Alright, what connects to Iga? Kobe? Let's try Kobe. Okay, please connect to the gray line. Urara. And then I'm now that I'm on the pink line, please let this connect to the pink line. It does. Great. All the way to Kurame. Woohoo! Hooray!
Nancy, good news! We met Ryuichi, the creator of the Suki cats. Thing is, he won't give away the secret phrases unless you buy one of the cats.
All right, thanks for trying.
But then the guy told George, for such a captivating, beautiful, gorgeous girl, he'd be willing to make an exception. You're turning red. Nancy, she's turning red!
Am not! Anyway, there's a catch. He only shares secrets with the like-minded. He gave me this monster puzzle to solve, but I'm too busy with Expo stuff to solve it right now. Any chance that you could take a look at it?
Sure. Anything for such a captivating, beautiful...
Enough! I'll send it right over to you at the Ryokan.
Alright, so, that's gonna be a tough puzzle.
How's Kyoto?
It's the best! Yumi's been showing me some of the coolest parts of town. The fashion here is crazy. Yumi took me to a store. I don't even know how to describe this place. It was pink. Really, really pink. It had the pink version of everything you could imagine.
I'm not surprised.
Neither was I, but I was a little horrified. But then she took us to see the Guion district. So cool. She was a little grumpy that we wanted to see some traditional plays, but I think she had fun anyway.
So they're hanging out having fun while I'm stuck doing nothing.
I'll let you go.
Bye, Nancy.
Oh, and now Nancy's going to get text messages. That's going to be an ongoing puzzle throughout the game, as Nancy needs to find all of these various text messages. This is going to be a puzzle. We need to find the password, which I think is somewhere in this. And this is also going to be a puzzle. We need to find the password for that. And here's a letter from the dead mom. All right, we found it. Woo! Marianne, the letters are piling up. I like your visit. We're such good friends. Something like that. So bento box is here.
These must be what Yumi was talking about.
George gets to have fun in Japan. Yeah, like George has time to go see the theater, but she doesn't have time to do this monster puzzle for Nancy. Come on, George. You gotta help Nancy out here.
I need to translate that.
Oh, okay, we're gonna translate this with my dictionary. It's die, it's just die. Alright. I've sworn the password is like somewhere in this apartment. Oh, here we go. Here's something important. So this is Savannah Woodham.
Savannah Woodham. That's the author of this book. I should hang on to this. Having her phone number might come in handy. It looks like someone tore out one of the chapters.
This is going to be another long puzzle trying to get this figured out. I think it's... Actually, now I'm remembering how the puzzle goes. Yumi's going to send us a text message like this. And then we're going to ask her about it, and then she'll give me the password to the computer so I can do it myself. So she's at Matsue. Alrighty then. I do love this music. It's amazing.
Nancy! And you've got my boxes. Neat! Here, I've got a thing for you. It's a phone charm. You can't not have one.
Thanks. What's it do?
Come to think of it, it doesn't really do anything. Get a job, phone charm. It probably won't. That's okay, just hang it on your phone. I've got tons. Help me with bento, and I'll hook you up with some super cute ones.
So if you really like the phone charms or the bento, just do bento over and over again. I believe you get an achievement if you get all of the phone charms.
I'm ready to help with more bento.
So, yeah, let's see. Cat egg right over here, and then bear rice right over here. And then I can't figure out where anything else goes. Okay, this 4x4 is going to be a rabbit. We've got 2 rabbits in a row. Can't be in the right-hand column, so it's got to be here or here. It can't be here in the upper 4 spots because this needs to be cat. What is it? Cat rice. So cat rice here, bear, 2 bunnies here. Gotta find some sort of bunnies here. So we know the middle spots are these 2, and we know they're bunnies, so we put that information together. We get bunny rice and bunny sandwich. Excellent. At the top, let's see. Let's do this one then. We need an egg and then a bear. Well, the only place we can egg and bear is here. So that means this has to be a bear somewhere. Okay, that's not too helpful. Bear sandwich, bear cat, and then above a cat. Well, it's got to be like this. Bear sandwich, cat sandwich, and then I said this corner was going to be a bear, right? So that means this is
Nancy Drew, bento chef extraordinaire.
Fantastic!
Fantastic.
Your outfit is very interesting. Where did you get it?
Get it? Oh, you cannot get something this cool in a store. I made it.
You make your own clothes?
Yeah, I got sick of waiting for the boutiques to catch up to me. The places I go around here, fashion is the business. You don't show up looking out of date. Oh, I've got the best thing. You gotta have it. I use it to come up with all of my new ideas.
Oh, what's that?
It's a program for your phone. You upload pictures to the computer and send them to your phone. It lets you test out a new look on you or your friends. It's back at my place on the computer.
Sounds great. I don't usually have time to keep up with the latest fashion trends.
I could sort of tell, but I wasn't sure if you were going for an irony thing with your outfit.
Hey!
Just teasing. You pull off the old school thing, Nancy Drew. Some things don't go out of style. If you help me out with a little more bento right now, I'll hook you up with the program. Come on.
Oh, man. More bento? Too much bento, Yumi. Oh, gosh. And this is one we can't back away from, so I have to actually solve this puzzle legitimately. Well, I can see cat rice goes there in the corner, so let's do that. Cat rice goes there. Let's see. This particular row can't be the top, and it can't be the left. It can't be the top row because the rice and the egg contradict. It can't be the middle row because the pig and the cat contradict. Therefore, it's this bottom row. So, bottom row has to be cat rice, cat egg, and then it's cat sandwich. Cat sandwich. Excellent. Meaning we've got some sort of pig here. Alright, so this, where does this go? Well, it can't be the bottom row, that's all filled up. It can't be this middle row because pig is not bear. Therefore, it has to be the top row. So top row has a pig egg, bear something, and then bear rice. Excellent. Pig egg is right above a pig, so I know there's a pig that goes here. Boy, now I'm really struggling. Pig there, bear there. Do we have bear egg yet? No, we don't. So bear egg, this thing with the bear egg, it has to be something like this. Was this a sandwich? No, that was not a sandwich. Therefore, this is sandwich, bear egg, and then sandwich. So these two are sandwiches. One's a bear sandwich, one's a pig sandwich. I think, did I say this is a pig, and it has to be a sandwich, so it's pig sandwich. Meaning this one's bear sandwich, and this is the leftover.
Another order out the door.
Great job. Here you go, Nancy.
Excellent. There we go.
I found Savannah's ghost book in your apartment. Can you tell me more about that?
She's some sort of ghost hunter or something. I don't know much about it, okay?
But she did a chapter on the Ryokan.
Yeah, well, just because my grandmother believes in that junk doesn't mean I do.
Ouch.
I really like your apartment.
You do? Thanks. It's just a 1K. That's code around here for tiny and overpriced, but the location is great and it's mine. I love it.
When did you move out of the Ryokan?
The second I was old enough to sign a lease. Best decision I've ever made. No late night room service. No annoying tourists calling up at 4 in the morning. I adore that apartment. I wonder if it knows. I'm going to get it something nice today. A new doormat or something.
That sounds nice, yeah.
I'll let you get back to work.
Peace out, Nancy Drew.
Peace out, yo! Nancy Drew is here with some peace. Isn't that what, Lenturo said earlier? Peace out? Let me go back to the Ryokan to grab the monster puzzle. Oh, phone call.
Hello? What's going on?
That was creepy.
I have a delivery for you. Here.
And here's the letter.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I hear this place has a reputation as a destination for ghost hunters.
We didn't ask for it. It's all that stupid book. Those people, they have no respect for anyone or anything.
I'm sorry, the mirror broke when I was in the baths, but before it broke, I saw the image of a woman who wasn't in the room with me.
Don't worry, Nancy. I'm sure it was nothing. I have Lentalo take care of it right away. Until then, please stay away. I don't want you to get hurt.
But I saw something, I'm sure of it.
You work too hard, Nancy-san. Up too late, off to teach so early. You must rest more. Your judgment suffers if you do not get enough rest.
I know what I saw.
Nancy-san, please. I have to ask you to let me get back to work.
Jeez, why can't she just say, hey, okay, Nancy, sure, I believe you, and just end the conversation there? I don't know. Alright, so, somebody in the chat said I mispronounced the name of the city, Urara. Yeah, it's Urawa. It's a W. So, sorry for mispronouncing that earlier. So, now that we have the password... Oh, by the way, that DVD, that DVD goes here. It's weird, it's random. I think it's a reference to the movie The Ring. I think that's the name of this movie. It was more popular when this game came out.
What was that?
I think it's a movie about a monster jumping out of the TV to attack you? Yeah, I have not seen that movie, so I can't tell you.
Wow, George wasn't kidding. This does look hard.
Oh no, not this puzzle. Oh dear. I was trying to look at this. Yeah, okay, so blue, purple, and then gray. So let's see if I can find a spot where it's blue. I've already forgotten the color order. Blue, and then purple's right under the blue. So blue with a purple underneath it. Nope, that's not it. Like, this is the worst. Hey, I got it. Hooray! So we get to make characters. Alright, fantastic. Sorry, Yumi, I got scared and accidentally broke your television. And that is the end of that chapter. And we are making an awesome vampire lady. Nice! She's a vampire princess. Woohoo! And I can email that to someone. Phone picture. It's a phone picture. So I can mail that to myself, unless I'm mistaken. 55. Oh man, memorizing the phone number. Okay, 523-555. Ah! And I got more text messages. Way to make a styling avatar. Oh, okay. So Yumi is going to be sending us these pictures, just pictures of her and pictures of her with Bess and George. Just saying, hey Nancy, I've been having a lot of fun with your friends while you've been in a terrible, terrible vacation. Ooh, that's kind of a cool poster there. So, what next, everyone? I'll tackle some monster Sudoku. Anybody got any ideas about what we do next in the game? Several things we can do, I'm sure. I just don't remember. Oh yeah, Savannah. Yeah, we need to call Savannah. It takes a while. That's a puzzle that takes a while. You know what? Let's get started with the Savannah puzzle. Yeah.
Savannah Woodham's office, Logan speaking.
Can I speak to Savannah Woodham, please?
Are you one of our interviews?
Interviews?
I'm Savannah Woodham's assistant. Is she interviewing you about the expo?
No, I actually want to speak to Savannah about a book she wrote.
Oh, great! I'm so glad you called.
Really? Why's that?
It's been like 3 days since I've gotten to hang up on anyone. I wonder if I'm still good at it.
That is Logan, the angry assistant. That Logan.
Logan speaking.
Did you just hang up on me?
Oh, absolutely. Between you and me, it was awesome. In fact...
All right. So, Sudoku puzzle. Let's Sudoku it. So let's see. This can't... I'm just copying down the solution here. Hopefully it doesn't make people mad. You saw how long it took me to do that one Sudoku puzzle earlier, so imagine that times 5. That's basically it. It's a times 5 Sudoku puzzle. Yeah. I feel like Nancy, I don't know. That Logan guy is very rude to Nancy. I remember doing this in my original walkthrough for this game, back when it came out. Did we say 12 years ago? 12 years ago. And it took me like an hour. Not an hour. It took me a long time. Definitely because I had to play it on junior mode and senior mode, because this puzzle is different on both gameplay modes, believe it or not. Yep, totally is. I can totally see why George didn't want to solve this puzzle and said, hey, Nancy, I'm busy, could you do this? I mean, I don't really care. At some point, you think Nancy would say, you know what, just buy the cat. I'm fine, just buy the cat, okay? It does seem like it'd be a security flaw if every single one of those robot cats had the exact same shut-off command. Yeah. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 8. Excellent. And let's do this one. Or not. Okay. Let's call our friends Bess and George. They might be able to help us with Logan, the Minimo.
Nancy, how's it going?
I found a strange book about ghosts in Yumi's apartment with a note from the author.
What do you mean?
It
What
had
do
a
you mean?
dedication from the author, Savannah Woodham, to the Shimizu family. But the really weird thing is, there's a chapter missing.
What was in the missing chapter? Nope, strike that. That is a dumb question.
That's pretty strange. Maybe you can find another copy of the book somewhere.
There's a business card with the author's number inside. But more importantly, the table of contents says the missing chapter was about the Ryokan.
Weird. Did you call?
I called Savannah, but she's got a really protective assistant.
Yeah?
Apparently, she's in Kyoto now, covering the expo for some tech magazine, so she's pretty busy. If I could get past her assistant, I could finally figure out what this whole book is about.
Wait, so this guy is at the expo?
Pretty sure.
Then we've got this one.
We do?
Yep, we're going to find them, and you're going to flirt up a distraction.
I am?
Yes, you are.
Well, at the very least, this'll be interesting.
And if it's a mortifying failure or anything, which it might be, we do live thousands of miles away.
Solid point. We'll keep you updated.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Nancy.
Excellent. Oh, hey, and I think I did something. I did something right. What is this message? Oh, it's the spooky Easter egg thing. Whatever. Do do do. Do. All right, let's get this. We actually do need to read Savannah's book. It's something weird. Something that's weird about this game. So we already got the comic strip, right? Which tells us we need to do the EMP recordings. Well, we also need to get Savannah's book, which tells us to do the EMP recordings. We kind of have to do both. It feels like, well, we should just get one or the other. I kind of wish the game had done that. But, unfortunately, that's not the case. That looked like a toilet bowl with a cat face. No, it didn't. Let's take a look at that again. Well, no, that's not like a toilet bowl. I don't think it is. I could be wrong here. Let's go back home. I mean, back to the Ryokan. Finish this monster Sudoku here. Where was I? Bottom left corner. All right. So 6, and that's gonna be 1, 3, 8, 5, 4, 2, 9, 6, 7. Then it's gonna be 8 and 2. This middle one is gonna be 7, 3, 1, 4, 5, 9, and then a 6 there. Tell you what, I'll do the final. Should I do like the final one legitimately just to prove I know Sudoku? But I mean, I already did the one Sudoku puzzle earlier, but I feel like I should redeem myself for being so bad at the Sudoku puzzle and getting it wrong. For being haunted by the ghost of bad spelling. All right. Doing Sudoku in the train station. Definitely a great place to do Sudoku. Nancy does have some great handwriting. No, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5. Imagine if I got one wrong, and ugh. Then I'd have to go back through everything and see what I got wrong. That would be terrible. Alright. Okay, so I'll do this one legitimately. We need a 1 in this particular, we've got a 1 in this column, and a 1 in this column. That means the 1 here has to be in this column. So the 1 has to be there. Let's see, we need a 1. This row has a 1. This row has a 1. So the 1 has to be in either of these two spots. This column already has a 1, so the 1 goes there. Hey, we got all the 1s on the board. That's cool. This column needs 1, 2, 3, 4. It needs a 5. A 5 is the one that's missing from that. So we're going to put the 5 there. And then this column is also missing a singular number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6. So the 6 is going to go there. Excellent. This row is missing 2 numbers. A 7. Well, I can't have the 7 here because then we'd have 2 7s in the same column. So 7 goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an 8. An 8 is the other one that goes there. Excellent. So now, let's hope to have something easy here. This needs a 4 and 9. Yeah. This row needs a 4 and a 9. Well, the 9 can't go here because we already have a 9 in that column. So that means the 9 goes here, and the 4 goes here. The 2 and this have to be a 2, and the number 6. Well, I can't find anything to contradict that right now. Let's go down here. This particular row needs a number. It's a 2. Hey, what do you know? So by getting a 2 down here, I know there's a 2 in this particular column. So the 2 up here has to go here, meaning the 6 has to go there. Alrighty, so 1, 2, now I need a 3 somewhere here. We've already got a 3 in this column, so 3 is going to go there. That's a 3 in that particular row. The other one that row is missing is a 5, so the 5 is going to go there. And, let's just keep Sudokuing. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4 and a 9. Oh, I don't want that 5. I don't want that 5. I need a 4 and a 9 somewhere here. We already have a 9 in this particular column, so it's going to be the 4. That means the 9 goes there. This particular column needs a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It needs a 6. 6 is going to go there. Excellent. So this particular column needs a 2. We already have a 2 in this row, so that means the 2 has to go there. So the final digit in that column, 1, 2, 3, it's a 4. It's a 4. Great. And let's see. With 2s, we already have a 2 in this row and in this row, so this 3x3 needs a 2 here. That's the last 2. This 3x3 is going to need a 7. We can't have a 7 here because there's a 7 already in that row, so the 7 goes there. 8 goes there then. Alright, this 3x3 needs 2 numbers. One of them is going to be a 3. Don't know where the 3 goes yet. One of them has to be an 8. It can't be an 8 here because we've got an 8 already in that row. So 8 goes here, and then this is going to be a 3. This row needs another number. It's a 5. Great. And then this row needs one last number. It looks like it's a 3. So these two columns both need one number each. This particular column needs the 9. And then this particular column needs an 8.
All right. I'm pretty good at this.
Done. Alrighty. Hooray! Hey!
Nancy, Operation Distract Logan is a go. Call Savannah. Gotta go.
Okay, we did it. Okay, let's call Savannah right now.
Hello.
Hi, is this Savannah Woodham?
Let me guess. You're that Nancy girl who's been driving my assistant to distraction and back this last week?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that.
I called him twice and he hung up on me within a minute both times. I'm surprised he's been upset about me all week long.
I would. Now tell me what's so important that y'all ruined my perfectly good assistant. Since y'all been calling around, talking to him's been like talking to a rock. A rock that I pay too much money.
I'm staying at the Ryokan Hiei. Something really strange is going on here.
Don't tell me a lie now. This a joke?
No, I promise. It's the truth. I saw your book. I thought maybe you could help.
Honey, Whoever you are, my best advice to you is to pack your bags and head back to wherever it is y'all come from.
I'm not leaving until I figure out what's really going on here.
There gonna be anything I can say that'll change your mind now?
No, I'm going to get to the bottom of this with or without you. But I could really use your help.
I've been a lot of places that say they haunted, but none fit the ticket like that spooky old Ryokan here. I never got to finish up the chapter on the Ryokan like I was supposed to. Between us girls, I'm glad of that. You get much out of the family?
Nothing too useful.
Uh-huh. Tell you what. You end up following through with that bad idea of yours to stay at the Ryokan, and I'll see what help I can provide. But Nancy?
What?
What? What's
That?
Y'all be careful then. You understand me?
I will. I think I ran across a trick mirror here.
Did it break?
Yeah, how did you know?
That's how you know it's a trick. Y'all know what the main difference between truth and illusion is in my line of work?
What's that?
Time. An illusion can only last so long before it gives up its secrets. Now, I don't know exactly how that mill was fixed, but the fact that it broke means that whoever rigged it knew that if you examined it enough, you'd figure it out.
So it was broken, so I couldn't figure out how it was faked.
Exactly. That is, if it was a trick. Nancy, I can tell you how things might be faked, but I can't tell you if they were faked. You're the ones got to stand there and know how the room feels when these things happen.
Can you help me translate an article I found? No one else is willing to.
Sure. Leave it at the counter and I'll have Logan swing by to pick it up.
Oh man, I should hang out at the counter and see Logan, right?
Do you know where I can get a copy of your book?
I'm guessing you're looking for the ghost hunting book I wrote, but I can't help you there. I'm out of copies myself. To be honest, Nancy, I don't mind helping you. But this whole ghost thing is a phase I'd sooner put behind me.
Why's that?
Now, don't y'all worry about that now. Just a choice I made.
There must be some reason. I understand you were pretty well known.
Put it this way, Nancy. There are some jobs where being well known makes for a dangerous life. Sometimes it's smart to move on.
Can you tell me about the certificate you gave the Shimizu family?
Oh, yeah, that. Now, before you go thinking I'm some sort of charlatan, I don't normally do things like that. In fact, I had those made up to give to kids who were feeling too scared to go to sleep at night.
Why did you leave one here?
I felt like I should leave them something. I don't usually leave a place without knowing what's really going on there. Honestly, I felt so bad about the whole situation.
What's the story with your assistant, Logan?
He's like my own little Georgia bulldog. He can be a little aggressive sometimes, a little dopey at others, but always loyal. He's one of the good ones when you get right down to it.
How long has he been working for you?
Not long now. He started right after I switched my focus to tech reporting.
Why did you change careers?
It's a long story, but chasing's not the safest career there is. Ain't nothing shocking in that.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Alright, I mean, we'll talk to her at some point. Maybe just not right now. And we've got two letters to send, so let's do that.
Someone's been in here. It looks like whoever left those footprints walked right through the wall.
Footprints go through the wall. Ah, scary. Woo. That is kind of weird. All right, so the envelopes were here. So the one envelope will be for the Sudoku puzzle. And then the one envelope will be for this letter, the newspaper article. We will put them both down here. We'll give them both to Miwako.
Hello.
Can I leave this here to be picked up?
Yes.
Thanks. Can I leave this here for my friend to pick up?
Yes.
Thanks.
Almost the same conversation twice in a row.
I tore one of the screens in my room. I'm really sorry.
Do not worry, Nancy-san. This happens often. Very easy to fix. Just a little steam to loosen the glue. I'll have Lentalo take care of it immediately.
Great, thanks. When I tore the screen, I think I saw someone on my balcony.
Right. It's nothing to worry about. The screens really distort things sometimes. I'm sure it was just your imagination.
Quit accusing me of being a liar, Miwako!
It wasn't my imagination.
No!
I saw someone walking on my balcony, and then she just disappeared.
You're seeing things. It is just your imagination.
It was a ghost, and you must believe me because you got a ghost certificate.
I saw a certificate certifying that the Ryokan was cleansed of all ghosts and spirits. Can you tell me about that?
What? That's no offense, but that seems sort of silly. A certificate?
So you don't know anything about it?
No. And where exactly did you find this certificate?
Behind the portrait I helped Rentaro repair.
Maybe you should stay away from what isn't yours. And maybe he should have the sense to know what is a family matter. I have to get back to work now.
Yeah, now she's mad at me. Oh dear. Alrighty.
Did that. That's done. Did that. Can't check that off yet.
Not sure where we are here. Let me see.
Check. Check. Check.
I think we have to just wait for those pictures to be sent. Those pictures and text messages. We'll wait for George and Logan to get those messages, eh?
Hi!
Is Suki supposed to be so protective?
Took a swipe at you, huh? Oh, that's one of her mods. Don't take it personally. It's actually really clever. There are these command words you say, and then Suki changes into that mode. She'll be protective, or aloof, or silly.
Really? Do you know the commands?
I did. Can't remember where I put that piece of paper.
What do you think of Yumi?
She's pretty much the older sister you want to have. She's cool, she's adventurous, she's a pain, but no matter what, she's got your back. Although, man, can she be bossy. I'm sure she's already put you to work.
Yeah, a little.
That bossy thing is just her special way of saying, I am your boss, now do what I say.
So you grew up next door?
My dad and I moved in when I was about 7.
Why do you spend all of your time here when you live just next door?
Never got my room decorated right. Plus, this place has always been more fun. And Miwako's here. And I've got my workshop.
I should go. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Excellent. Oh, here we go.
Logan here.
So apparently that conversation with Rentaro was enough to trigger this phone call. Hooray!
Yes?
All right. Savannah wants me to translate that article for you. I don't know what it is you said to her, but whatever you did to get her to talk about that paranormal garbage, you need to knock it off.
I can't promise that.
You really don't get it, do you? This ghost stuff isn't a joke, especially not to her. Since I'm the one stuck picking up the pieces after she gets too wrapped up in one of her cases, I'm telling you, leave it alone for her sake, and yours.
I really need a copy of Savannah's book. Can you help me?
Sure, bookstores are a great start, or the internet is helpful, but I'm really more of a brick and mortar person, honestly. I suppose you could also go the books on tape route. TV's Ralston Palpers does an excellent job with the text. Really makes it come alive.
I think he knew exactly what Nancy was trying to say. He's pretending he didn't know what she was talking about, just to be kind of a jerk.
No, I meant, could you send me a copy?
Oh, nope, but thank you for asking.
Well, I'm gonna hang up on him.
I'll let you go.
See you later.
Alrighty. I think eventually we'll get that letter, that article translated.
Hello, Nancy-san.
And let's see, let's talk to Sakai about everything here.
Have you been to Yumi's bento stand?
No,
Oh, okay.
Why not?
I taught her how to cook for many years. I should not have to sit on the train to try her bento.
I need to know, do you believe the Ryokan is haunted?
Yes, Nancy-san. This isn't a trick someone is doing. Kasumi, she is still here. I can feel it. She's trapped and she's scared. And she's angry.
Do you really believe that?
When I was a girl, The most beautiful sparrow from the garden flew into my room. I had been trying to lure it in with seeds I'd stolen from the gardens for weeks. At first, I was so excited to have her in my room, but not for long. She couldn't find her way back out. She became very scared, threw herself into the walls in a panic. I was so worried she would die. She was so small and so frightened. I opened the windows wide and snuck out of the room to let her calm down. An hour passed, then 2, 3. I'd open the door, and still she'd be there, crashing into the glass, trying so desperately to get free.
Did she get out?
Cosme is still here. I must help her.
Uh-oh, that bird story was a really long, extended metaphor for her own daughter's ghost. Ah!
I'm sorry, I'm very busy.
Alright. I don't know, like, if I owned a business nearby, I definitely want my relatives to come visit. Definitely, yeah. I mean, then again, none of my relatives watch my YouTube videos, so... yeah... what can I say? Alright, and here is that message. Okay, so last evening, officers responded to the emergency call from Yumi after she found her mother, Rensu Ryokan. She was lying unconscious in the indoor Ryokan bath. They were unable to revive the drowning victim. Police are treating the case as a crime. No charges have been pressed. That's it. La 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 la. Alrighty, so maybe this is now enough time has passed. Do we have a message from George?
Hello?
No.
Why does Takai think your mother's ghost...
Stop. I don't indulge her, and don't you do it either.
So you don't believe it?
That's my mother you're talking about, Nancy. You forget that.
I'm very sorry. I shouldn't say insensitive things about your mother. Oh, by the way, hey, I know how she died now. Hey, want to talk about that?
I know what happened to your mother.
I told you to...
It was an accident. I think you, all of you, blame yourselves.
It wasn't an accident. But since you won't let it drop, you want to know why we all blame ourselves, Nancy?
Why?
Because we were all here. We were all here that night, and not one of us helped her. We all just let her die alone.
But you didn't know.
Leave me alone, Nancy.
Nancy is just so mean. My gosh. It is, yeah. Ooh, and this is creepy.
Four is supposed to be an unlucky number here. I wonder if that's a coincidence.
Like, Nancy's mother died when she was young. You think
That
Nancy
wasn't read before.
would be a lot nicer and a bit more sensitive? I don't know. So how long ago was it? What? Let's see what the message said. I think the message said how long ago it was. No, I don't think it did say. 15-year-old... Okay, so when Yumi was 15. So how many years ago was that? Hard to tell, actually. Hard to tell.
It's late. I should get to bed.
It is nice that Nancy's trying to say, hey, it's not your fault. You don't need to blame yourself for what happened. Yeah, so I definitely, yeah, I'd guess 3 to 5 years. That sounds like a good guess as to how long ago that happened. Is Yumi in her 20s? Maybe.
Nancy, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Where is, oh, I can't talk to her. Let me see. I want to talk to her about Logan, but I guess I can't. Not right now.
Were you able to find the word to calm Suki?
Yeah, it's mate.
Mate. Got it. Thanks.
Woohoo! Well,
Need anything else?
that's helpful. We'll solve that puzzle. Hey, let's solve that puzzle right now. Let's do it right now.
I'll let you get back to work.
Bye.
So let's... What was it? 1 a.m.? 1 a.m. Yeah, if Yumi's 23, then the death happened 8 years ago. Yeah, the picture's been fixed. That's nice. And we are going to go over here.
Suki! Suki! Mate!
Suki. Mate. Alright, let's see if we can get this puzzle box figured out. So, let's see. They move everything down. Middle one left. This kind of ends up being guessing. So it's like, hey, I can't move this top right one up, left, or anything. I can't move this up, left, or anything. Maybe the top two. So I can move them right. That doesn't give me a little thing on the top. So what if I move them both left? That doesn't give me a thing on the top. Therefore, I know that's wrong. I can't move this one left or right. Can I move this? Well, if I move this one right, that gets rid of that. So, if I move them all together, that's the next step. And it's just guessing. This to the right? No. This to the left. Oh, man. Okay. What if it's just that one? No. No, not just that one. Just this one. Woohoo! Well, it's not that one another step. What if it's one of these by themselves? What about both of them together? No. There's only a limited number of moves you can make, so you just have to just keep guessing. There we go, got another one.
All right, it's open.
Woohoo! Still, as you can see, not the easiest of puzzles. And hey, that gives us a thingamabobber. So we need this tile piece.
I need to translate this.
It says... What does it say? I'm gonna take a look at it with my trusty Japanese dictionary.
I need a way to open this envelope without anyone knowing I did.
So the way to open this is with the T thing, and there's another letter from the dead mother. So that's the password for the computer. That's what that password is. I need to get the T right here, and that's how I'll do it. Alright, so let's go to the baths then? Are the baths open right now? Yes, they are open right now. We're gonna solve that bath puzzle. Even though it's like 2 in the morning, we can still solve it. We're gonna put all these things together. Yes. This isn't so bad. Got it.
Stop. I've had it.
You can't keep avoiding me.
Leave me alone about this.
No, you keep promising me you'll talk to me about moving, and every time I bring it up to you, you freak. It's not fair.
私のことはほっといて。もっと大人らしく振る舞ってよ。
Oh shoot, walk away, just like always. Well, maybe I won't be here when you get back.
How very strange. I mean, I think that's the only time in the game somebody actually speaks Japanese, but super creepy that there's a people in the baths. Super creepy. I do not like that in the slightest. That shows the hidden bath. The hidden bath where the mother died. Obviously, they boarded up that bath so nobody could ever go there or die again. Oh, but then they're just sort of hanging out there? Like, why are they hanging out there? That seems like a weird place to be hanging out.
It's really late. I should get to bed.
Excellent. Alright. So let's see. Were we waiting on something at the desk?
Oh no, sounds like another unhappy customer.
I think we
I
were.
should listen to what's going on.
When we first walked in the door, my wife told me she had a bad feeling about this place. But no, I told her she was being unreasonable. Well, whatever it is that's going on down here, we are not putting up with it anymore. That thing you left in our room. No one should ever see something like that. I want my money back.
There was nothing there.
And I want to see this place closed down. You'd never get away with something like this in Sydney.
Sir, please, we are not haunted.
Oh, please yourself.
I wonder what was left in his room. And now poor Miwako is crying. Aww. She cries for like 3 seconds and then she's over it. She's very well composed. Alright, let's call,
Can't use my phone here.
Oh, let's not call. That would be rude. Very rude. Let's call Savannah again.
Logan speaking. Is this Nancy?
Yes?
Great, I'm so glad you called.
Why? So you can hang up on me again?
Oh, that? Don't take that personally. I'm an assistant. My job mostly consists of hanging up on people. That and remembering birthdays. I met your friend Bess, and this is probably awkward, but I know we haven't gotten off to the best start. But I'm really not a bad guy, and she's really cute. And maybe you could help a dude out?
All right. What?
Well, she said she's going to be hanging around the expo, and maybe you could, tell me about what she likes, or maybe give me some idea of what I might say to fill the awkward pauses. You may have noticed, but for the last while I've been with Savannah, most of my conversations have been about 10 seconds long, and they usually end up with me hanging up on someone, and I don't think that's going to cut it.
Oh, I see.
Do you think you could help?
Well, I was talking to her, and she really wants a copy of Savannah's book.
Oh, I see what you did there. Okay. As a gesture of goodwill, I'll do it. And Nancy, I'm sorry I hung up on you.
That's okay.
And Nancy, I might have to do it again, but should that happen, it's just business.
Bye, Logan.
Bye, Logan. Alright, so, in order to get Savannah's book, we need to send that avatar to Logan. So let's do it! Should be pretty easy. Hey, got another text message. Well, I'll check that out later. So what would be a great best model? Let's go with that, and that. Sure, why not? Eyeballs. And I'm done. I'll say I'm done. Why not? Alright, so we need to text messages to Savannah's number. 404 555 4478. And we can send this to Nancy's phone number, 523-555-4399. Yeah, so you can make a bunch of these things and just send them all as text messages if you want to. Another one from Yumi. So I feel like, not this way. If we did it right, we get a text message from Logan saying thanks. We didn't get the text message from Logan, so I'm worried I did that wrong.
Hello.
I watched that DVD at your place. It was very strange.
You did what?
Shouldn't I have? Oh no, I'm sorry, Yumi.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Just be very cautious.
What do you mean?
You have to be cautious about everything here, Nancy.
Your grandmother seems a little hesitant to talk to me.
That's the shocker of the decade. She's hesitant to talk to herself.
Ouch. So hey, you want to talk about your dead mom?
I saw the article about what happened to your mother.
I'm busy. Maybe you should go.
It said that you were the first one to find her. That must have been very hard.
I said I'm busy. That means leave me alone. Now.
Ah, did it. I messed up. Yeah, poor Nancy. She is just terrible at talking to people. All the intrusive questions everywhere. So I clearly did that puzzle wrong with the avatar phone messages. So that was the right phone number, correct? Like Savannah, 404-555-4478. So I select this. I press 404-555-4478. Send. It said sent. Right. So I just have to do, like, does the game think I picked an incomplete model or something? Is that the problem? I will try this once more. 404-555-4478. This is the closest we get to texting in this game, definitely. So, let's see if Logan, will try. Oh, I can't sleep here. That would be silly.
Hello, Logan here.
Hey, Logan.
Were you able to find a copy of the book?
I did, but before I send it, I need to ask you another favor. I want to get Bess a present. She said she was looking for the perfect outfit. I think that'd be a great gift, but I have no clue what to do in a clothing store. I sort of just freeze at the sight of hangers. I think it's genetic.
I'll see what I can do. I know of a program that might be just the thing.
Oops.
Great, thanks.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
I guess I sent him the picture early. I guess, yeah. I sent him that picture too early. Okay, well, fine. I'll just do it again. All done. Yeah, there we go. And when we send it to him, he automatically text messages you. So that's good. Let's go back to talk to Yumi.
Nancy, I got the picture you sent. I'm going to take it to that boutique she mentioned and let them do whatever it is they do.
Good. So you'll be sending the book?
Yeah. I was thinking I'd give it to Bess, like, hey, here's that book you want, and since I'm here, let's get dinner, and I got you a present.
Whatever works. But the sooner I get that book, the better.
Oh, Logan, he really does like Bess. I'm not sure why he's so obsessed with her. I know she's gorgeous, but, dude, slow down. You just met her earlier today.
What happened to Savannah? Why doesn't she work with paranormal cases anymore?
It's not something she likes to talk about.
I gathered that, but can you tell me?
When we're traveling, I spend weeks with her just touring on buses, long plane flights. We talk a lot. I know everything about her childhood. Her best friend's dog's name from when she was 5, her favorite ice cream flavors. She's very chatty.
Then what has she told you about?
Nothing. Not a single word. I've asked, and when I do, she just goes quiet and excuses herself. She's never told me to stop bugging her about it, but I can tell that she wants to. That's why I don't want you bothering her about it either. Whatever happened when she was writing the second ghost book, it really got to her.
Second ghost book?
Wasn't supposed to mention that. It's a secret, and it's not done, so don't think you're going to get your hands on it. I don't even know if she still has the manuscript. She had me tell her publisher she burned it, but I don't know if that's the truth.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I don't think we do get that second ghost book. I think, yeah,
What's going on?
it's a thing that exists, but we are just not, whatever you call it. La 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 la. We've got lots of things to talk about here.
Do you believe that the Ryokan is haunted?
I do. It's not just haunted. There's something else strange going on there.
What do you mean?
Look, I don't want to freak you out, but between you and me, the haunting is nothing compared to some of the other strange stuff going on over there. Last time I visited, it was late at night, and I was out in the garden and something was off. I could just feel it. All of a sudden, there was this loud shriek and this flash of light.
And then?
And then, Nancy Drew, I saw aliens. Dozens of them. They had come to visit all of their ghost friends.
Okay, I get it. You don't believe in haunting.
I really don't. Sorry.
But you have to admit that things have been pretty strange since your mother...
I told you I didn't want to talk about that.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no! Nancy, you got her mad at you. Alright. Yeah, somebody just reminded me that, there is kind of a Savannah ghost book, a second Savannah ghost book, in Ghosts of Thornton Hall. Savannah also appears in that game. You can hang out with her, talk to her. Well, you don't hang out with her. You just talk to her, that's all. So, hey. That is, that must be the second ghost book that they are referring to.
That was the last customer, wasn't it?
Yes, Nancy. It's just you. So, make yourself comfortable. We are all here for you until something happens to scare you off too.
I don't scare easily.
I've heard that before. Look, I'm sorry I shouldn't be upsetting you with all of this. Please, you're my only guest left. Let me at least make sure you have a good trip. Maybe you recommend us to your friends.
I still want to help.
Help? You want to help? Look around you. This place is beyond help. It was spooky and lonely before everything that happened, and now... Why do you think Yumi got out of this place as soon as she could? People come because they've heard it's haunted. They come here to be scared, and even they can't take it. I'm sorry, Nancy. There's nothing you can do here. Help yourself and find somewhere safer to stay.
Alright, I'm sorry. Sorry to bother you then. Well, Logan hasn't had time to send that book yet, has he? And what other puzzles do we have?
Did that. Check. Can't check that off yet. Did that. Check.
Maybe I'll skip ahead a day. Maybe that will help.
How'd it get so late already? I should get to bed.
La 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 la.
Nancy, we've got the book.
Great.
So when do we see you? We'll give you the book.
Well, I'm a little wrapped up right now.
George, did we have a friend named Nancy Drew once?
I think so. Hard to say. The name sounds familiar. Was she the one with the magnifying glass or something?
Hey.
Just teasing. We'll send you the book. The faster you solve the mystery, the faster the three of us get to hit the town.
Thanks. You know I can't wait.
No problem. Anything else?
So, Bess, what's the story with you and Logan?
Well, he asked me out on a date. See what I put up with for you?
Such a liar! Nancy, she's such a liar. What you put up with, come on. You should have seen her when he asked her out. She looked like one of those terrible 70s paintings with the big eyes.
All right, fine. I wouldn't go that far, but actually I had a really nice time with him. We're going out again as soon as he's done researching the expo for Savannah. So maybe you could put in a word with her about giving her assistant a break?
I'll see what I can do. I'll let you go.
Bye, Nancy.
All right, let's go. Woo. Has the book arrived, or do we need to take some train trips to make the book arrive? I feel like we have to make some train movements here. Excellent. Feel like that should be enough. Hey, do I have my package yet?
Hi.
Oh man, no. Darn.
So how are things between you and Rentaro now?
Couldn't be better.
It seems like you and Rentaro were pretty close.
Yes, we grew up together. I have a few memories before Rentaro, but not many.
How long have you two been dating?
I don't even know. A long time.
You sound a little frustrated.
Sometimes it's hard not to be with Rentaro.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Never mind. I shouldn't be bothering you with this.
Nancy, you keep asking all these personal questions. I want to hear more about your dating life, Miwako.
It's not a bother.
It's just that when he gets it in his mind that he wants something, there's just no stopping him. He's been pressuring me to leave here.
Why is that?
He keeps saying it'll be good for me, but really, he's just being selfish. I think. I really don't know. He can be so sweet sometimes, and other times it's like there's only him in the world.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
Excellent. So I think that's a conversation that we have after we see that scene of Miwako fighting with Rentaro.
Hi!
Inside the baths. And here's a follow-up. I mean, we have 3 follow-up questions about their relationship. Whoa.
Are things not going well with Miwako and you?
As usual, no. But this time, a little worse than usual. She's mad. Really mad at me. I need a way to cheer her up.
Can I help?
Actually, yes. At the Pachinko parlor, they've got this collar I keep meaning to get for Suki. If you could get that, it would be huge.
Fantastic.
Okay,
So,
I'll see what I can do.
we are going to help them out. We're going to play matchmaker by getting a present.
Miwako seems a little frustrated lately.
Why wouldn't she be? The way guests have been filing out. But maybe she'll finally come to her senses and move to the city with me.
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
All right, let's head on out to that Pachinko parlor. We are going to go, it's over here.
Rentaro seemed like he really wanted that collar.
2,100? Wow, that's kind of a lot. We'll have to play a lot of games to make that magic happen. Just spamming this, hoping that works. Wow, I only got 90? Yeah, oh boy. Hey, that works. Hey, good job. So it looks like when it comes to spamming, the best strategy is to go here. I'm going to try to get a piece like in the middle, like right around there, and then start spamming when it's at the middle like that. And that way when all the pieces fall down, they fall down at the middle, as opposed to if I just start spamming from the beginning like this, they kind of go all the way to the left. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm actually coming up with a strategy or if I'm not. Yeah, it's a good thing we don't have to pay for Pachinko. It's good we just get unlimited Pachinko. How many do we have now? Oh man, I still need like 700. It looks like spamming eventually stops working, and then they eventually just start falling to the right-hand side, where nothing is. Hey, I'm doing well. Let's see, well the game does have it confirmed that the mother spoke English, because she wrote all those letters in English to her friend Marianne. So maybe that's why everybody else in the family is so good about speaking English. There's also the fact that they run a Ryokan. So they probably deal with a lot more English speakers than your average Japanese person does. Excellent. So now we can buy this collar. And back to the Ryokan. Let's see. Nancy's home background can be Kyler Mallory, or it can be it's locked. What's that? It's locked. Hey, it's a picture from one of the Nancy Drew books, so that's cute. Classic. Yep, more Nancy Drew pictures from the Nancy Drew books. Or it can be our good buddy. Ooh, the silhouette. I do like the silhouette. That's nice. It could be our good buddy, Dave Gregory. Yep, Nancy's gonna look at that guy every time she makes a phone call now.
I have a delivery for you. Here.
Thanks.
Great, fantastic.
Do you remember anything about Savannah, the paranormal author?
That was a long time ago. Not really.
She must have been here for a while if she was writing about the Ryokan. You don't remember anything?
I remember that she asked too many insensitive questions. I was happy to see her go.
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
Why would we have a picture of Kyler as our phone background? That does strike me as a little odd. Let's see. Well, we do have our camera. So we can take pictures like this. Here's Miwako. She's working. I got that book, though. Let me check out the book. Excellent. So it mentions EVP or EMP or whatever. Like I said, that and the comic book. Those two things together should unlock a conversation about EVP.
Hi!
Right here!
Have you ever heard of EVP?
Electronic voice phenomenon? That whole if you go to haunted places and record the ambient noise, when you turn it way up, you'll hear things that are too quiet for the human ear. Ghosts, specters, all sorts of baddies. Nonsense if you ask me. But still, the idea sort of gives me the creeps.
Savannah mentioned it in her book. I wonder if you know how I could try it out.
Oh, sure, I got something that can do that. I've got a bunch of little recorders, actually. I'm trying to find the right one to record new sounds for the Rentaro 4000. Here you go.
Excellent, got it.
Thanks.
All you have to do is hook it up to the speakers over there. I have a program that edits out dead audio. Ooh, bad pun. It'll cut right to the parts that actually have recorded sound. Oh, and once I've got it fixed, you have to check out the new recorder I sort of reversed engineered a little.
Okay, what's it do?
It's awesome! High data wireless transfer. Here's something you like, just push a button, it zips it to your computer. If you want to send everyone a message, you just speak into it, push send all, and it shoots what you've recorded to everyone's voicemail inbox. Very, very cool! I just gotta keep fussing with it.
Alright, so he has created an invention. It lets you send audio messages to everyone on your contact list. Remember that, it will be important at the end of the game.
I got that collar for Suki.
Oh, Nancy-san, you are the best guest we've ever had. I'm going to go give this to her now. Please, excuse me.
He's so happy. Such a happy guy. Alright, let's get some recordings. I think the scary recording place we're looking for is behind the tree, right? Right here. Yeah. Did I do it correct? No? Okay, number 2. That's got nothing. So we can play it here.
You can't just do that. We're not all here to make sure that you get what you want, Yumi.
No, don't stop. Please continue with your speech. I love jumping on the train to get picked on by you two. Couldn't think of a better way to spend my day. Can't wait for the mean phone messages about what an awful sister I am because I never visit.
You've got to be selfish about this too. Everything's always about you. She asked one thing from you and you act like it's the end of the world.
Oh, shut up, Miwako. When you're both ganging up on me, then it actually is about me.
Why are you being such a brat?
Brat? You want to see Brat? I'll show you Brat. It looks a lot like this.
Wow.
Can't believe you just did that.
Believe it. I'm out.
It sounds like she threw something in the pond. I should check that out.
Excellent. Let's do that now. So, that's going to be the key to Grandma's room, unless I'm mistaken. Yep,
What's
it
that?
is the key to Grandma's
Looks like
room.
there are some rocks missing. I wonder if I could find them around the garden.
Scary. Oh yeah, we need to find all the rocks as well. So the rocks in the garden. Oh, this puzzle. Okay, it's not the worst puzzle ever. It's just kind of a pain. Here's one. So we need to find 4 rocks. Is that it? And we need to read this book about rocks, too. It talks about the rocks for that rock puzzle, which is right here. Oh, hey, and Yumi's gone as well. Not Yumi, Miwako's gone. What time is it? I think Grandma's here, so I can't rob Grandma right now. Oh, and she's back, huh. Okay. Here's another rock. There's another one. And here's the fourth one. Hey, we found it. We've got rocks. We've got rocks out the wazoo. Splashing.
The symbols here seem to represent something. I need to figure out what they mean.
Didn't you already figure that out, though, Nancy? She read the book, right? So I hope that the game is going to accept the solution. The solution to the puzzle looks a bit like this. Ah. Let's see. This must go here. That must go there. We've got it.
Strange. I've seen those markings before.
Excellent. So we've got a letter from the mom. That's what that letter is. And we are going to rob the grandma. We're gonna rob the grandma of two things now that we have the key. We got the key that Yumi threw into the pond. Alrighty. So we go down here, we go to Grandma's room. Why did Yumi throw that particular key? I don't know why Yumi had that key, why she threw it, but it is sure convenient for me. Don't we have a book here? Another book? A book about origami. So this book about origami gives us this origami puzzle. So we need to figure out which fold is which using these notes. So just memorize them. So it's mountain fold. Fold to front. Fold to front. Fold, unfold. Then fold to back. And finally push / inverts.
This looks like bamboo. I should search the property for something made out of that.
So it's that one bamboo, which has been weird. Obviously. I mean, I don't know what other bamboo it would be. There's not like there's a whole lot of options. It's right
That looks
here.
like the image on the letter. It looks like I could pry this open if I had the right tool.
Oh no! Oh, I don't have the right tool. Like, oh, wait, never mind. It's right here. It's right here, okay. It should be right here. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's very important to have. But, I meant, it's right here. Nancy could have just used her fingers, but no. She needs to get that screwdriver.
This must have meant something to Kasumi if she went through so much trouble to hide it.
Excellent. So we are going to get this with the half that is in Yumi's apartment, and that will trigger like one of the final puzzles of the game. More puzzles now. Now that I've got this red thing, I can put this into place. So the solution's going to be blue is above red. You can kind of see that. So we're figuring out the order of how these cards go, because some are on top of each other. So purple being on the top, so that purple on top, so purple's last. And then you can see purple, I'm gonna have to rotate purple so it fits there. Then it's purple on top of yellow, so yellow goes next. Yellow clearly goes in that spot. So is it yellow on top of blue or green? I think it's green. Yep, that's green. So then it goes on top of blue. Blue needs to be rotated so it fits like... no? Ah. Gosh, sorry, I didn't mean to back away from the puzzle. It is tough. So I had purple, yellow, and then green. Blue over red, I think. So that's red. That's blue. So that allows me to rotate the blue in the right spot. And of course, now you can't see that very well. Okay. Red was there. Let's see. Purple, beautiful. Got it. Okay. Finally. So all rooms are ending in 8 or 9. Now I can open those. And let's get this done.
Ah! That fire is hot. Not surprisingly.
Put the tea kettle there. We're going to use that to open up the password here.
I need to hurry before someone catches me. I should get the teapot off the fire.
Well, you saw the password. And we are going to put that password on the computer. There was a book in Grandma's room about those symbols, right?
I bet the password I need is in that envelope in the puzzle box.
Is this symbol? No, that's not it. Oh, man. All right, so the one right next to tab. And then this one, I think. And then it's going to be this symbol. Is that it? This one. Got it.
It looks like this is as far back as the records go.
And I don't think Nancy's found the... I mean, this is for a puzzle, but I don't think Nancy's quite figured out how this puzzle works. There are some rooms that are not being rented out to customers. That's the point of that particular puzzle. And let's see. So Nancy can go in any room that ends with an 8 or 9 using that key. Sorry, using this key. And using the thing she just stole from Rentro, we could just go from room to room, like that. So now we're gonna get stuck on a death sequence.
Can't get out!
Another, like, kind of fair, not fair, very unfair puzzle.
These look like mirror images. I bet if I could match these up perfectly, I could get out.
Oh, man, yeah, this puzzle. Okay. So, sorry, everyone. I'm probably going to ignore the chat while I solve this puzzle all by myself. The banging on the door is what gets me. It's like, oh, there's a monster out to attack me. Ugh. I feel like I got this wrong. Yeah, there we go. It's gotta go like this. This part is creepy. It's not the worst puzzle, it just takes forever, that's all. You have to make a bunch of very, what do you call it? Whew. Just a bunch of matches. Look how many times, I think. So, yeah, and the banging on the wall is just, why is that a thing? No! Stop! Stop! Who's doing that? It's like, even if you know the solution, which... Stop that! Don't make me turn off the sound effects here. I think the idea is that there's gas leaking into the room. Green is going to be the one right above the blue square. Okay, and then purple is to the right of green always. Here. And then what's to the left of the green? It's red. Red is to the left of the green. Okay, purple's touching the yellow edge. Purple touch yellow edge. Great. And then blue touches purple edge. Blue touches purple edge. Excellent. Okay, the triangle, let's see. Red triangle underneath this purple here. So, underneath the purple piece. No, I've already got those red triangles. Ah! Outer edge. Okay, yellow's above blue. Yellow's above blue. Yellow is always above blue. And then green is between yellow and blue. Okay, I can handle that. Oh boy. Then purple's next to them. Purple's next to them. Blue is next to purple. Next to blue. Next to the yellow is red. Red is the triangle that's touching yellow. Looks like green is the other triangle in the outer one. Unless it's not. I don't know. Red, green, red, green, red, green. I'm going with red, green. That looks somewhat good. And now we need to find the triangle. Okay, this purple line is attached to a red triangle. Purple line always attached to a red triangle. Yellow line's always attached to a blue triangle. Got it. Oh, man.
I'm getting out of here, now.
Nancy just jumps downstairs. Hooray for Nancy. Excellent. So, we need to talk to Savannah now. Because Savannah will tell us more about the...
It's a little late. I should call tomorrow.
Oh, man.
I need a key to open this door.
Samantha? If you just stay put in the room, you die. That's what happens. If you stay put in the room for too long, Nancy dies. That's how that death sequence works.
How'd it get so late already? I should get to bed.
Alright, now we're gonna call Savannah right here.
Huh?
Great, and here we go. So let's see. There's so many things to talk to her about. The important thing is, what room did you stay in?
Do you remember what room you stayed in at the Ryokan?
Oh, no, that was so long ago, I don't even have the slightest.
Do you remember anything?
I remember I was on the second floor, and it had this strange passageway in it, but that's about it. I got the impression they weren't too crazy about having me stay there. So maybe you should check the records for a room that they don't let out to customers.
A passageway? To where?
Yeah, it was bizarre. I don't really remember exactly where it went. Down into the basement, maybe? Unfortunately, I didn't have much time to explore the room before I had to leave.
Anything else about your stay here?
Can you tell me anything else about your stay here?
Not much to tell. I had to leave too soon. Such a sweet family. I hate to think of what those poor girls are going through. Losing their mother so young and then having them hauntings to deal with.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
Alright. I do believe we call her twice for a hint on how to get through that room. Or did she give me the hint on that room? I don't know. Let's find out. So, that key works. That gets us inside this room. And was this the death room? No, I don't think it was. Could be maybe the next room was the death room. Yeah, I think this is the death room. Yep, this was definitely... No. This is the room with the secret passage. Let's try calling Savannah again.
Hi.
What do you know about EVP?
It's a ghost hunter's best friend, in more ways than one.
How's that?
Well, if you're just looking to find evidence that you got a bunch of wild spirits running amok, you'll find it in your EVP recordings.
How do you mean?
It's very easy to hear what you want to hear in those recordings.
It doesn't sound like you think it works.
Oh, you'd be surprised. But one thing it does do for certain is let you eavesdrop on the whole property without drawing too much attention to yourself. If something ain't on the level, you'll hear it. But Nancy,
Yeah?
you might just stumble into something you don't want to hear. You best be ready for that.
Have you run across someone rigging doors to slam before?
Sure. Now that one's older than the hills.
What's the best way to do something like that?
Oh, plenty ways. You can use remote control, wire, and pulleys. One place I went even used air pressure, if y'all can believe that mess.
That makes sense. What should I keep an eye out for?
Anything that looks out of place.
I found watery footprints in my room.
Did you see them appear, or were they there and you found them?
They were already there.
Well, at least that's good.
Why's that?
To make wet footprints appear, you just need a wet foot and something to put it on. But when they just start appearing out of the blue, ain't nothing too good about that, especially considering what happened to the previous innkeeper.
What do you mean?
I know you ain't the superstitious kind. Otherwise you'd be long gone by now, but it ain't always good to talk about the dead, especially those not at rest.
What is a yure?
It's a vengeful spirit that never knew justice here on the earth. They're said to be the spirits of those who've been wronged, and they're caught up in the worst moment you can imagine. They're very angry and very, very dangerous. If that's what you're dealing with there, you best be very careful.
Logan told me you're writing a second ghost hunting book.
Now that ain't true.
Something happened to make you stop writing the book, didn't it?
Yes.
What happened?
Nancy, I like you. So I ain't ever gonna tell you why. But I will tell you this. Don't go looking in dark corners unless you're ready to live with knowing what's hiding there.
What happened that made you give up ghost hunting?
It wasn't just one thing. It was a lot of things, really. My daddy used to tell me, Sugar, y'all be careful what you go looking for in that big old world. Chances are, you're gonna find it.
What did you end up finding?
It ain't what I found, honey. It's what found me.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said, and that's the last you're getting out of me on the topic. You got anything else you need?
I'd better get going.
Bye now.
Yep, text message. More messages. Yeah, So Nancy definitely does need to get that conversation with Savannah. I'm trying to remember what we do to get that fancy conversation with Savannah. And then she'll tell us about that moving bird. And that will be that. Let's see what my text message says.
Haven't done that. Check. Did that. Did that. That's done.
I guess maybe it wants me to use the computer here.
Still have to do that.
Because it's saying to search for the rooms that are rarely left out. I thought I did that already. Did that not too long ago, but I can do it again, I suppose. Let's use the computer again. I don't think I have to use the password again. There we go. Nancy took a look at it. Hopefully it's not too late to call Savannah again.
Hi.
Here we go. Yeah, so checking out that list of guests triggers this conversation.
Can you think of anything else about the room you stayed in when you were here?
Not really. I'm sorry, Nancy. Oh, wait a minute now. Come to think of it, it had a carved wooden bird that triggered the passage. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
I should go.
You take care now.
beautiful. Alright, let's...
I need a key to open this door.
Let's do it. We're gonna go down here. We're going to open up that hidden
This
passageway.
carving must be the trigger to the secret passage that Savannah mentioned.
And then go down the secret passage, which leads to the place where the death occurred. Right here.
Whoa! What is going on with the water?
Well, it's hot springs that haven't been maintained in however many years. Oh boy.
It looks like I need another set of numbers.
So we found Miwako's set of numbers. Next we need to find Yumi's set of numbers, and that is how we will solve that monster nonograms puzzle. We are going to, I wish we could zoom in on that, but we can't. I think it's just like an altar to Kasumi. M, stop it already or you'll be sorry. Seems like a vaguely threatening message from Yumi. And is that it? Was there anything else to explore down there? Did I mess up? It is a very spooky area. Gross water. And let's go. Alright, what time is it? We'll skip the daytime. Daytime. The next day.
It's really late. I should get to bed.
Alright, so if I did everything correctly, Nancy should have 7 pictures from Yumi. If I missed something somewhere, then, well, we don't have all those pictures. So let's go. We got a bot in the chat here. Let me delete this. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're missing 1. Oh man, we need to print out all of these. Unfortunately, we're missing 1. We're missing number 7. So let's see if we can figure out where number 7 is hidden. Yeah, the only bot that should be allowed in this game is Suki. Definitely. Nancy still has a lot of energy to solve mysteries all night long, even though she's sleepy. Yeah, she should be very sleepy. Maybe she just did not spend a lot of time working very hard at her English teacher job. So let's go with... I think this is the wrong spot. Yeah, it's the wrong spot. Let's talk to Yumi a bit. Maybe that's what we have to do. Talk to Yumi.
Hi.
I met your sister, Miwako. You two seem pretty close.
That doesn't sound like the impression you'd get by having a chat with Miwako. What are you trying to ask?
Miwako seemed a little upset about the Ryokan. Do you know anything about that?
That's more her area of expertise. I've never been the go-to girl for the Ryokan. That place is the definition of repetitive. Guests come in, guests come out. It's brain-breakingly tedious. I don't know how Miwako puts up with it.
Does Miwako like working at the Ryokan?
Well, yeah. Why else would she be there day in and day out? What that girl needs is to spend some time out here. A few weeks with me and my friends would be enough to shake her up and get her to have some fun for once.
I do wonder, yeah, who are your friends? We don't get to meet any of her awesome bento friends.
Love that last picture of you and Bess.
Thanks.
Love that last picture you sent.
Thanks.
Great picture of Bess.
I know, isn't that one great?
I just love all of your pictures.
I love the picture of George.
Yeah, I love that one.
That last picture of you is great.
Thanks.
Yes, we can't talk to her about all the pictures.
I got that picture you sent. How did you do all of the designs?
I did it at the Purikura booth. They're everywhere around here. They're these picture booths, and you get to choose decorations and you can write out your own messages.
That sounds pretty cool.
It is. Everyone uses them. Keep an eye out, and I'll send you some more.
Sounds good.
I don't understand. If you're the one who's supposed to take over the Ryokan, why is Miwako the one working there?
Ugh, Nancy-chan. Don't get all everyone else on me here. If I had known I was supposed to run that place when I grew up, I would have taken a pass on the whole firstborn thing. Trust me.
If Miwako left the Ryokan, who would run it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Why do you care so much about it anyway?
I'm just sort of naturally curious.
I'd back burner that curiosity as long as you're staying at the Ryokan if I were you.
What do you mean?
Try not to find out, okay, Nancy? You seem nice.
All right. And hopefully Nancy gets a picture now. That's what I hope. Give me another text message. Yay, we got it. All right.
Something is strange about these pictures. I should find a place to print them out.
What do you mean? Let's get it printed out. Yeah, I think maybe we had to talk to her about the picture booth before we could actually do that. Excellent. Alrighty. So luckily we didn't get too stuck trying to find that final picture. I don't know why Nancy keeps that, like, weird picture. It's an Easter egg picture. It's an Easter egg. That's one Easter egg which is really easy to find because that picture always shows up here. You do have to watch the DVD in order for that to happen, though. So maybe some people missed it, but I think it's a very easy Easter egg to get. So now we have this puzzle. We need to put all these pictures together in order to form a secret message. And this is tough because it's a secret message in Japanese. Yeah, so it's the password.
There's a hidden message. I need to talk to Yumi about this.
Excellent. And this should take
What's
us
going
to
on?
the end of the game. Alright. I asked about the hidden message.
There's a hidden message in all those pictures you sent, isn't there?
What do you mean?
All of these
What do you
pictures
mean?
together show a set of numbers in Japanese. This can't just be a coincidence. You're trying to tell me something, aren't you?
You're sure they mean something? Maybe you've been spending a little too much time at the Ryokan.
I'm positive.
You're right. Nice job, Nancy.
But why would you do that? Why not just ask me?
I know you want to help, Nancy, but that doesn't mean you can help. If you could break this code, I knew you could help me, and you did.
But what do these numbers mean?
What
That's
do they mean?
the next step. Take a good look around. Think about situations where numbers come in handy.
Can you tell me a little bit more?
I would, but I'm falling way behind as it is. I need your help. Come on.
Oh man, more bento. What do you mean more bento? Yes, more bento. Okay. Bunny rice. Oh man, I thought we were all done with bento. And then bunny egg, and then some sort of sandwich over here. Well, let's see. What Wow, this one's really intense, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see, is Bunny... Like, if this is Bunny sandwich, and then this is bear egg, this would have to be some sort of rice, wouldn't it? Which means, like, bear sandwich and rice could be here. But then we've got bear rice next to sandwich, so bear sandwich, bear rice, some kind of rice down here. And, some sort of rice over here. We had bunny, bear, egg, and then some sort of rice. So that's wrong. Oh man. So I need to start from the beginning again, and this time I'll pay super duper close attention. Alright. So, let's just go with guessing that the top row is this row. Let's pretend that's the top row. If that's the case, this would be bear, egg, and this would be the final bunny. Excellent. So then that leads to the question of where's the bear sandwich? We need a bear sandwich in the top row according to this one. Well, there's no place for the bear sandwich. Therefore, we know that this thing is not the top row. That leads to a contradiction. So, therefore, I mean, it's not here in the bottom row because this is egg. So it must be the middle row. This must be the middle row, meaning bear egg is here in the middle. This is some sort of rice and some sort of bunny. Great, great. And we've got a bear sandwich somewhere here on top. Okay, we said this was the middle row, right? Meaning this is some sort of bunny, and this says it's some sort of sandwich, so it's a bunny sandwich. And now we have all three of our bunnies on the board. We still need some sort of rice for this spot. And then we need sandwich and a rice on another spot. Bear sandwich has got to be one of these top ones. Well, bear rice is next to a sandwich. So what if it's bear sandwich here and bear rice there? Yes, and then bear sandwich is above rice, so that has to be pig rice. And we know the middle row has rice on the left? I might have gotten that wrong. Nope, got that wrong. Okay, how far back do I need to take steps? Back to here. So by guessing bear sandwich was there, I was wrong. So maybe bear sandwich over here. And then bear rice is going to have to be next to a sandwich. So bear rice here next to pig sandwich. This will have to be a rice and this will have to be an egg. No?
Nancy,
I got it!
Great job. Also, Nancy, bad news.
What do you mean?
I didn't notice how late it was getting. I sort of made you miss your last train back to the Ryokan. You're not mad, are you?
No, I'm sure I'll figure something out.
I want you to stay at my apartment tonight. I ought to stay at a friend's. I do this all of the time for Rentaro, so I'm not taking no on this one.
I don't think that's a good idea.
My apartment may not be as good as the Ryokan, but it does beat sleeping on the street. Plus, I'll never hear the end of it if you meet some gruesome fate or whatever. My apartment. You're staying there, like it or not.
Oh, man. Okay, we're gonna open up this with this key. And we got the password, which is the password for this. So the symbols were, this one, the one with 2 lines. Like this. That one. And that one.
These look like the numbers for one of Rentaro's nonogram puzzles.
Fantastic. So this is it. Getting vaguely close to the end of the game. It's about to happen. Oh, yeah, and we get a scary scene here, don't we?
I can't leave until morning.
Yeah, we get another scare. Check this out, everybody. Dear Marianne, Yumi wanted me to tell you. We're such good friends. I wish I knew your secret. Hurry back soon. Yumi. I know your secret, Yumi. I can't wait to see you again.
What's going on? What was that?
I have no idea how that happened, how that worked. It's very confusing. Confusing all the time. I still, like, was that a dream or what? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we've been playing for a really long time, so I'm going to try to rush towards the end of the game here. If I can. And it was this room, right? Okay, I guess Nancy just left the entrance permanently unlocked. Great. It seems like a dream, but it was directed at Yumi. But, like, what could that secret be? And this is a tricky puzzle. So, one easy thing to figure out is that we've got the top left corner in place. So the top left corner is something. So this is going to be 815. So it's going to be 8. Actually, I think that's it. That's 8, and then that's 15. Because we're on junior mode, that's rather easy. So now let's start with all these things on the left-hand side. This first one is going to be 5. This is going to be 3. This is going to be 2. These puzzles can be fun, but I know some people have a hard time with these. I have played other games that have these puzzles. Oh, this is nonograms, isn't it? What was the name for it? No, I'll try to find it. Puzzle book. Nonograms. Yeah. I think some people call it Picross. So the games I've played, the other games I've played that have this, will mark something off. So like here I've got 3, and they'll just put like a little X over the 3 to indicate you've got a 3 there. And that would be so helpful, because when I'm trying to figure out something here on the far right-hand side, it's like, well, 3, 2, 3? Am I on the 2 or the 3? Or am I on the second 2? It's difficult. So it looks like we've got a bunch of 3s here at the start. Yep. And then we've got a 6. Why is this puzzle so humongous? That's an excellent question. If it was just a 20 by 20, would have been good. Would have been good. Oh dear. Definitely a 20 by 20 puzzle would have been good. The solution is different on both senior and junior detective mode. Alright, so now we've got a couple of other ones we can figure out. Like this is 8, okay. And then this one starts as 3, so that's going to stop there. And this one's also an 8, so it's going to stop there. Let's see, this is a 1, so it stops here. This is a 2. And then this is also an 8, so that's going to go all the way over there. And let's see, I can figure out this from some of the ending ones. So this ends in a 1, right? Yeah, that ends in a 1. 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 This ends in a 2, right? 1 and in 2, so that's got to be, this is a 2. What was that column? So it's 8, 1, 4, 2, 2, 1. So that means these both get filled in. And that's how you would solve this puzzle legitimately. I'll solve a little bit of it legitimately. Okay, this row is... No, this column is 1 and 1. No, that can't be it. 1, 1, 2. I think I've got this wrong. So, obviously there's an answer key on the internet. Let me just copy from the answer key, shall I? even just copying from the answer key is a huge pain. That is very much a huge pain. Yeah, even if you've got the solution written down on a piece of paper, it takes forever. So let me do these top several rows. And of course we get the creepy music playing the whole time. I'm trying to make sure I got this correct. Okay, so 3, 4, 4, 4. And then we're going to have a bunch of 5s here. I mean, a bunch of X's here. And then 2, la 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 la. There we go, that looks good. This is going to have an X here, and then X's here, and then everything else is going to be no X's. There we go. And let me get these others here. And like, hey, guess what? I solved 1/5 of the puzzle. Hooray! Hooray, that's 1/5 of the puzzle. Let's see, this is la 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 la. Trying to get a little nose on this creature here. And that will give us the entire, like, left-hand column all figured out. I did most of the left-hand column myself, so hooray for me. And you could do the similar trick on the right-hand column, I believe. Excellent. So I'll show off. With the right-hand column, you can figure out, because we've got 5 and 15, and these two are already blocked in, you know it's going to be 5, and then it's going to be these. Let's see. And then it's either going to be these 3 or these 3. So you can use that to go from the end. Like, hey, this is 7. We know that this is 7, so we're going to go out 7 like that. And this is 5, so it's going to go out like that. 5. And this is going to be 4. I don't know if that was right. 4, 4. 3, 3. Like this. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, it's what I did on the left. So with these really long runograms, puzzles like that, that's where I find it easy. Just start from the outside edges if you can. In this particular case, all 4 corners are filled in, so that helps out a fair bit. Just a fair bit. Doesn't help out the most. Alright. So let's see, this is going to have to end in a 3. Otherwise that won't make any sense. And then this one's going to have to be like this. Oh man. Yeah! Every time I want to play this game, I remember this puzzle and then realize, maybe I don't actually want to play this game today. Maybe I'll play something else. It definitely makes it feel like it makes the game design that wasn't designed to be in one sitting. Done in one sitting. Whew. Yeah. Almost done, though. Almost. No. We've got like 5 more. No, we've got like 7 more. Oh, man. We've got way more left to do on this puzzle. Okay, well, here on the right-hand side, it's simple-ish. It's gonna be 3s. Not gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna keep going until the end of the game. There we go. It's a nice area that's all filled in very, very nicely. That can't be right. No, that's right. 3, 3, and then 6, and we know this is gonna be 7, so that's like this. And then that's gonna be that to make it 6, 7, 1. Nope, it's 6, 7, 1, 3, 3. So it's 1. No, 6, 7. One of those has to be a 1. We still have the 3, 3 there. Okay. Unlike the Sudoku puzzle, we can't move them. We can't like press the up, down, left, right buttons to move across the screen any faster. Alright, there's that singular thing that was giving me a little trouble earlier. I have no idea how, like, Kasumi set up this puzzle. She's very lucky that somebody ever showed up at the Ryokan who could actually solve this puzzle. If Nancy had not been here, nobody would have solved this puzzle. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Almost. Let's see if this is it. Got it.
A hidden compartment. Who would hide something here?
Yeah, at some point, just destroy the door, Nancy. Don't mess with it. To my daughters, I hope you never see this note, but just in case I die in a horrific, terrible accident, I set up this really long, complicated puzzle. Just in case. Is the culprit just sitting here waiting for Nancy the whole time? Oh man, that poor culprit. Okay, so this puzzle requires you to work together. Yay! And I give it to you on your 15th birthday, so she must have given it to Yumi, but not... Yeah, both Yumi and Miwako, because Yumi was already 15 when her mom died. And we get a sword. And... Culprit straight up tries to kill you.
I better find a way to cut these cords in half, and fast.
Luckily, I just got a sword, so that helps. Come on, Nancy, you can do it. Okay.
The joint near the elbow looks a lot like what Rentaro was working on in his shed.
Ah! Ah! So I think, that means Rentaro's the culprit, right? If he's building robot monsters, he wasn't building a robot dog, he was building a robot monster. It is so creepy, yes. Very creepy. And now, instead of talking to, our friend about it, where is he anyway? Yeah, we can't talk to him about it. Why would we talk to him about it? No, we have to talk to Grandma about it. Woohoo! Yay! Let's see what Grandma has to say about everything.
Hello, Nancy-san.
Did you know about Kasumi's will?
She did not have a will. She was too young.
She did. I found it.
No, you don't understand what you found. Whatever that says, she didn't mean it.
Hi, Granny. Nice to talk to you.
She told you what she wanted, didn't she? And you ignored it.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand perfectly. You didn't tell the girls what their mother really wanted because you're afraid of losing the Ryokan. You made up all of this ghost business to scare the girls into doing what you want.
Stop! Stop! You're wrong.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You are right about the will. I knew what Kasumi wanted.
Then why did you hide it from them?
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Try me.
I can't lose them too.
There's no guaranteeing that they'll leave if they know the truth.
Yes, there is. There is too much sadness for them here. They've forgotten about how things used to be before she died. They've forgotten about how this used to be our home.
But why would you fake these hauntings if you want them to stay?
I would never do that.
I don't believe you.
You must. Kasumi was so special to me. I would never use her memory that way. Never.
All right. Oh no, she's mad.
Hello, Nancy-san.
Oh great, we can still talk to her though.
What really happened to Kasumi? I need to know.
The police said it was an accident. It wasn't an accident.
What did happen?
It was my job to take care of the bass. I was supposed to be there. She was supposed to be meeting with that pen pal friend of hers downtown. She was so excited to go. I should have let her go. I should have taken care of everything myself. But I didn't want to. I didn't like her going into the city. I didn't like that pen pal of hers, always getting her so wound up about leaving here. So, I played sick so she couldn't go.
I don't understand.
The pool ledges are very slippery. You must know where to walk. There was a reason I never let her do that part. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was too selfish. She drowned that night in the baths. It should have been me down there. And she knows that.
You can't blame yourself for that.
You don't understand.
I do. Accidents happen. As much as we wish they didn't, you can't keep everyone safe, no matter how hard you try.
It is different for a parent, Nancy-san.
Miwako and Yumi blame themselves, too. If you can't let Kasumi go, how will you be able to help the girls?
I don't know if I can do that. I'm sorry, I cannot talk right now.
Alright, so that is it for Takai. And now we're gonna go back to Rentaro. Guess what?
No, not quite right.
This must be the recorder Rintaro was talking about earlier. I'll take this and leave the other one here.
Alright, we get that.
I should translate this and figure out what he's up to.
And our buddy is in room 33. And he's got a special door-o-matic which opens every single door. Fantastic. So we're gonna go to room 33 and see what Rentaro is up to. Which room is room 33? It is... Hey, it's the one with the secret passage. What do you know? And I think we could call Nancy's friends. Do they have anything fancy to say? No.
Hi!
I think there's something pretty strange about Rintaro.
Yeah, the way Yumi tells it, he's about as weird as they come. Do you think he could be behind what's going on?
Hard to say for sure.
Well, he may be strange, but sometimes strange just means strange.
Sometimes.
I know who's behind everything. It's Rintaro. And that fake ghost of his almost drowned me.
Oh no! I'm glad you're okay.
Where's Rentaro now?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to track him down and find out what his problem is.
Be careful, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to work.
Bye!
Excellent. So this way, if he kills Nancy, her friends will know about it, and yeah, they'll be able to contact the police. So I should point out there are two different endings to the game. One where we can either forgive Rentaro, or we cannot. I'll do a poll in the chat. Place your votes now, everyone. And here he is.
What are you doing in here? You're the one trying to scare everyone away, aren't you?
No, Nancy. I'm not trying to scare everyone away. I am scaring everyone away. The Ryokan needs to close down.
But why would you want to close this place down?
Look around you. Does this look like a good place? Everyone can sense it immediately, and it makes them leave. Everyone but you. But when I tell Miwako that you're here to collect info for Savannah's next book, you'll be out of here too.
I've got to find a way to keep him from escaping.
He just stares at me. Well, we're gonna stop him by closing the door, like this.
Not so fast.
And now we stop him by grabbing the voice recorder. That way we can get his confession on tape.
I've got to find a way to convince everyone about Rentaro. Quickly. I don't get it. You're the one who told me the ghosts aren't real.
No one usually listens to that line because they want to believe in the ghosts. I didn't start that. They did. They wanted a show, and I gave it to them because enough with them, and enough of this place. I asked Miwako to leave. I even left myself.
Why did you come back?
I can't leave Miwako here alone. I need to convince her to leave or close this place down. It doesn't matter to me. But you, it's time that you leave. Now.
Look familiar? It's been on this whole time. I just push this button and I'll send everything you said to every voicemail box in the place.
No. Don't.
Why shouldn't I, after everything you've done? Your ghost almost drowned me.
I really screwed up here. Let me be the one to tell her. If I do, she might forgive me. Eventually.
Your ghost almost drowned me? That was very close to attempted murder. So the poll got 136 votes. 56% said yes, we should forgive him. So, let's do that.
Okay, but I'll be watching. You'd better do it.
Thanks, Nancy. Oh, this is going to be terrible, isn't it? Okay.
Dear Hannah, Rentaro confessed to Miwako and Takai. It was not a pretty sight. After many months of apologizing and begging, Miwako agreed to allow Rentaro to undo some of the damage he'd done to the Ryokan's reputation. Instead of scaring away guests, Rentaro was using his skills to modernize the Ryokan in small, Takai-approved ways. Miwako broke up with Rentaro after he confessed. He's hopeful that one day she'll change her mind. I wouldn't hold my breath if I were him. Once the girls found out Kasumi's true wishes, everyone agreed that the Ryokan should be passed on to Miwako. Miwako accepted the position. As the official owner, she started to really enjoy her work, and it shows. Now that there's no pressure to take over the family business, Yumi's been spending more time at the inn. She's even agreed to expand her business to include catering to the Ryokan. Thanks to Yumi's incessant pushing, Miwako finally agreed to spend a little time in the city. From the looks of it, she had a great time. No longer worried about losing the Ryokan, Takai is finding herself busier than ever. Her classes in the traditional arts are booked for months in advance. She said she'd always fit me in for a calligraphy lesson, even if it may be a bit of a lost cause. From what I hear, the Ryokan's no longer the creepy place I remember. Customers are returning with a vengeance. Guess that means it'll be harder for me to get reservations next time I visit. As for me, I finally got to spend some time in the town with Bess and George, and it was worth the wait. From the boutiques to the traditional cultural exhibits throughout the city, I don't think we've ever had so much fun on a trip. See you soon. Love, Nancy.
Why would Nancy ever come back to this thing? That seems scary. I don't know, Cyber Pet Today? Alright, I got the Easter egg, and I watched that creepy CD, and I got none of the other achievements. It's crazy that I played this game for like 4 hours and got so few of the achievements. It must take a really, really long time to get all of them.
Residents of a German castle are being terrorized by a fearsome creature, and it's up to me to crack the case. Once I arrive at the castle, I begin to suspect that there may be more to this monster story than just superstition. As monster sightings become more frequent and creepy signs begin appearing, I find myself in danger of becoming the monster's next victim. Join me as I try to solve the case without becoming another entry in the castle's long and grisly history. In my next adventure, The Captive Curse.
That's another creepy game. They did do 2 scary games in a row. I know they tried not to have more than one. I mean, they tried not to do scary games back to back, but this is definitely a case of 2 scary games back to back. That's what I would say. There's an optional phone conversation with Savannah where she talks about that scary castle in Germany. Sort of a preview of the next game. Alrighty. Somebody did point out, yeah, the preview's a little weird with the scratch marks and the wolf howling. What, we thought it was going to be werewolves in that game, maybe? It's not, it's a Frankenstein monster. Alrighty. Oh, this game was released for, the Mac as well. Huh, good to know. Maybe, is this the first one they released in Mac? I know not all of the games were released for both PC and Mac. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for watching our live stream of Nancy Drew number 23. Nancy Drew number 23. Oh boy, 23 of 33. Wow, we've only got 10 more games left in the Nancy Drew series. I don't think anyone expected that when this game came out 12 years ago. Alrighty, so, are these outtakes? These are silly outtakes. We'll watch the silly outtakes. Squirrel!
Suki, 立って。
Oh my gosh, I think I ripped off the smoke.
Suki, 立って。
Yeah, solving that portrait backing puzzle really was a very difficult puzzle. I can
Hi,
understand
I'm Nancy Drew.
why they might make a joke in it. So overall, a pretty good game. I feel like some of those puzzles were just too much. Like that really long... I mean, the Master Sudoku puzzle and that Master Nonograms puzzle at the end were really bad. A lot of people can't handle the portrait backing puzzle either. I've gotten a lot of people... A lot of comments on my videos saying, hey, that puzzle is just way too difficult. But there's something cool about this game. It introduced phone charms, and they're going to have phone charms in, like, every game after this. So it becomes a big thing for the Nancy Drew series. Well, that's it for me. Bye, everybody. You have fun.